Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the Friday night game of the Bunnings NPC, and it is a big one. It is going to be Wellington taking on Canterbury, and which is almost considered, I guess you could say, the closest thing to Super Rugby that we have almost had so far in the Bunnings NPC. Both sides stacked with talent, stacked with ex-All Blacks as well. A couple of men who are going to be joining back up with the All Blacks camp in Sam Whitelock and Dane Coles, both going to be playing for their respective sides. But I hope you guys are all doing well in the chat. We have got Aiden there, and we have also got Sebastian there. Big level premiership action or provincial action up next as well. And nonetheless, we will quickly look at the table as well while we are at it, so you guys can see exactly who is sitting where. We have just heard the news that Northland are actually going to be going back into level 3, so that could change a few of their fixtures coming up in the future. But for now, this is the way that the premiership is sitting. Tasman able to overtake Waikato after that massive win for Northland last week, which was probably considered the upset of the competition so far. Waikato in second, then it is going to be Hawke's Bay 14 points, Canterbury in 13, alongside it is Bay of Plenty, both sitting on that 13, and then Wellington there in 6th at the moment. So it's going to be an exciting one, and whoever wins this game will move well and truly possibly towards that third place position, depending on who it is. If Wellington win it, they will definitely want to be able to make their way towards that top 4 and make it into the playoffs. This is how the premiership, or the championship, sorry, is sitting as well while we are at it. We have got there Richard in the chat. Also John, also Dwubs is here. Katie Dixon is here also. And we have got there Max in the chat as well. Will Skelton is back, or Will Skelton, sorry, is back for the Wallabies. I'm so happy as well. Tell you what, he is a player and a half. Kieran has just fallen over at the idea of him being back. Hopefully he will be able to keep his footing underneath him. And while we are at it, I will quickly change that so that you are now moderator, Katie Dixon, as well. Now that you are on the channel for this one. Right, is Kieran going to be all right? He seems like he's a little bit wobbly on his feet at the moment, but hopefully he will stand upright for this one. We have also got Steve Smith with the George emojis in the chat as well. And George may be joining me for the later stages of this live stream. He is currently on his way to KFC, so he should be coming back after that, and then maybe we will have him. But we are looking first at the Wellington lineup, and they have got a good side. Like I mentioned, almost a full 4 back of Hurricanes players. Dominic Bird is one to watch out for in that number 5 jersey. Also, they have got the captain, Duplessis Karefi, at number 7. He scored a lot of tries in the early stages of the competition, but then from there hasn't really been able to score a couple in the last few weeks. We have got Dane Coles at number 2, which will be a very exciting one. Also, this backline, Julian Savia, the bus, returning to that right wing side. Wes Wilson and Pepisana Patafilo are the back 3, and it's going to be a very exciting side to see what Wellington can do at home as well at Sky Stadium. Then this is the lineup for Canterbury. They have also got a few ex-All Blacks in there. Sam Whitelock, he is going to be rejoining with the camp, like I mentioned, but first gets an opportunity alongside the very physical Luke Romano. He has been absolutely whacking anyone that moves in this competition so far. And then you've got that back line of Rameka Poyapi, also Dallas McLeod, good centre pairing. Mata Ali out on one wing, Che Waiaki, the youngster, out on the other, and then Josh Mackay going to be slotting in at number 15 for this one as well. And while we are at it, these are the benches for both of these sides we have got there in the chat as well. Hey, brother, look at you, mod, as well, says Katie Dixon. And oh, yeah, me too, says Katie there. And also bringing back the Grub brother as well, says Steve Smith, although I don't think he's ever mentioned anything about KFC for anyone else but himself. I think he is possibly going up there, eating it on the way, and then coming around for the live stream a little bit later on, perhaps. For the second half of this one, I think he might be able to make it for, but we will have to wait and see as well. Also, we have got the George and KFC, says Katie Dixon. And will you be doing any premiership live streams this weekend? I believe the one that we will definitely be doing is on Monday night. KFC as well, George. How far away from the KFC are you at the moment, mate? Do let me know. And who does Smith play for? Says John. He is at the Harlequins, and he is actually returning for their game tomorrow morning. It will be Harlequins taking on Bristol Bears. Not sure whether or not we will be able to do that game, but we will be doing the one on on Monday, which is going to be, I need to remember who it is, but I can't quite think of it off the top of my head. I think it is Exeter Chiefs, and also we have got there Selfish with the chicken drumsticks in the chat as well, and also we have got there, how's it going, Kiwi Lads? It is going very well, thanks, mate. We are excited for this game because, like I mentioned, it's pretty much a Super Rugby fixture with Hurricanes playing Crusaders, but we have got Wellington versus Canterbury here, and also, Aaron Smith, he plays for Manawa too, but they do not. Actually, no, they do have a game this week. I believe they are playing on Sunday, and it will be up against Southland as their match as well. And also Debrecen Zini as well. That man has a huge Hungarian heritage as well. That's a Hungarian as a name, or that's as Hungarian as a name you can get as well. And okay, do you like CC George Moya? And he is halfway at the moment there. How's it going, Kiwi Lad? Says Ollie as well. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. Why is everyone having KFC tonight? Perhaps it is because of the fact that some lockdown levels are changing. So everyone wants to get in maybe for the last KFC before we get into any situation like that. But at the moment, they are showing Dane Coles. He is out on the field. And I will mention, it is still 50-50 in terms of who you guys think is going to be winning. No one is back to draw yet, I do see, because of the fact that would mean that Golden Point would have to also be ending in a draw. But now they are showing the referee, Paul Williams, for this one. He will be in charge of this one. And I am very excited to see it happen at Sky Stadium. Do a poll on what I should get at KFC as well. Says George. Also, we've got there. Hope you're well, George. Says Sebastian. Do let George know in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, what is your favorite thing to get from KFC when you get the opportunity? But the time is going to be on. Paul Williams is going to be getting this one underway, and they are showing the big Dominic Bird at number 5. Fergus Burke kicking off from left to right for the first match of the Bunnings NPC round 6. Now we are up to it, and straight away the bus is going to get it, just breaking through the tackle of Manasa Mateali, but dragged down 25 out from his own line. Judd fires it back now to James Blackwell. Henry Stowers trying to get straight in that breakdown, which is something that the Canterbury side have been doing pretty decently recently. But the big thing for Canterbury is they want to find this early momentum, because they've had a couple close games with Southland. They went to Golden Point up against Manawatu. It was also a relatively close game, kicked downfield there by Wellington, and now it's going to be returning fire. Josh Mackay driving his way towards the halfway line, but dragged down by Dane Coles. Drummond fires it back now. Burke offload Dallas McLeod. Wide cutout pass, looked very flat, but now it's going to be Fayaki going down the wing, tackled in the end by Peter Umaga. Jensen getting straight on the ball, almost got a DDT there. I know it's Douglas Ekarefi now. Ollie Jaeger driving for 45 metres out here for Canterbury once again. Fergus Burke, flat pass, goes through the hands of one of the players. It's going to be Peter Umaga Jensen, and he is going to be scoring the opening try of the match there. And one mistake from Canterbury, one pass just a little bit behind it was Sam Whitelock and also Luke Romano, the two locks, and then Peter Umaga Jensen has been able to score the opening try of the match, and we will add that one to the try scorer sheet. We are already having a try in this one. Could it be a very high scoring one? That's a big question, but this was just nicely done here by Wellington. They saw the mistake from the pass. Drummond tried to cut it out. Fergus Burke went just behind Whitelock, just in front of Luke Romano, couldn't see the ball. And then from there, Savia bounced on that ball, gave it to Peter Umaga Jensen, and he was able to score it there. Great start to the match there for Wellington, but we will go like this. Wellington try scorers, and we will already be adding that name, Peter Umaga Jensen. So he is a Hurricanes player during Super Rugby season, and now he has been able to score the opening try of this match as well. We will go Peter Umaga Jensen. I didn't think we'd get to try this early on in the match. We are currently less than 2 minutes in, and Peter Umaga Jensen has already scored one. But Ruben Love here, he is going to be the man who will be taking this kick as well. There we go. We will put that one across the bottom. Hey, Kate and Kiwi Lads as well. Says Brandon. Also, try. Who's favourite as well? Says Steve Smith. Wellington are actually the favourite. I believe it was $1. I want to say $1.70 to $2.05 or somewhere around there. I think he has missed that one, unfortunately, there. No, it did go over. They were a little bit slow with putting the flags up, I believe, but now does mean that it's going to be 7-0 to Wellington in the early stages as well. As this on Sky Go, it is indeed. It is on Sky Sport 1 at the moment as well. And also we have got their Northland going to level 3 tonight. They are indeed. So that will be interesting to see what they decide to do with their Northland side, whether they stay there, because they were going to have a home side, and once again, a home team, I should say, or home fixture might be the better wording, but we just see Julian Savia once again just crashing it up at the line. Blackwell receives the ball, tackled by Stowers. Once again, we have got the, that sounds awful as well as it seems before, in there, been cleaning out the garbage lately, and I'm pooped as well, says Katie Dixon. And also we have got there was an Umaga Jensen, a reserve in the Bledisloe Cup last year. I believe he was, if I'm not wrong. I know that he's been having some very good seasons in a row for the Hurricanes, and also his brother Thomas Umaga Jensen doing some pretty good things as well in the competition. But now it is going to be going back once again just outside of the 22 here, and it's going to be kicked high by Fergus Burke. Get him back towards 30 metres out from Wellington's line, taken nicely by Ruben Love, and straight away on the front foot here for Wellington, going for the 50-22, not really marked up too well by Mateili, but he has now got his hands on the ball, passes it back across field. Now Fergus Burke under a lot of pressure, tackled low, and because of it now Whitman almost able to get himself in that breakdown, but it is still available for Canterbury, but they are under a huge amount of pressure early on in this fixture. Dallas McLeod kicking it back towards the halfway line, going to be bouncing awkwardly, trying to run away from Vince Arsob, and now he's got the ball in hand, little chip in behind as well. Chip and chase there. It's going close to the touchline, and it's going to be bouncing up awkwardly, and it's very close to the touchline. And Fergus Burke had no option but to take that one, and now it's going to be a 5-metre line out here for Wellington as well. We have got there, what's a better league? Shoot Shield or Bunnings NPC as well, says John. I would say purely because of the fact that it's pretty much Super Rugby with 14 teams. I would say the Bunnings NPC, you always get some upsets, and it just seems like one of those competitions you can never predict what is going to happen. We saw last week Northland getting the biggest upset of the whole competition so far, with them being able to beat Waikato, who were top of the table. Dane Cole's got this ball at the back of the rolling maul here for Wellington, not really moving too far forward at the moment. Good defence from Canterbury. They're going to be told to use it very soon, I would think, but now it's starting to creep forward, and I believe it is Pepesana Patafilo breaks off the back now, with the fend as well running a bit high. Now only going to be 5 meters out. It's still available. They've got the advantage as well here for Wellington, so they will be throwing the big men for Blackwell. Tackled by Stowers once again, already having to make many tackles. 5 back now to Ruben Love. Sells a bit of a dummy, goes himself, still 5 meters out. This is available for Wellington. Judd, quick hands from Dane Coles. Straight now to, I believe it is Whitman, getting held up just a little bit there. And it is going to be going down, or that might have been, actually, no, it was Whitman. Thought it could have been Delaney for a second there, but once again now, it is going to be going back for the penalty. And I would think the way that they are going at the moment, Wellington, they will probably kick this one for the corner and try and keep themselves going, unless, of course, they take the 3 and try and get out to a 10-point lead. We have what's got there in the chat as well. North Harbour used to be a mean team, you reckon, as well, says it Max Cottle. I mean, it's one of those ones that at the moment they are in the championship after getting kind of demoted, but all these sides, like I mentioned, any given day, they can get themselves a win as well. And we have what's got there, mate, Shoe Shield culture is the best, as well, says Luke. And also we have got there, I'm level 3 tonight, because I assume you are in Northland then, Brandon. If that is the case, and hi, brother, hope you're well, from Steve Smith there. They are going to be taking on the 3 here, Wellington, so that will give them just that little bit more of a lead. And also, it is on Stan Sports for anyone who is in Australia. I do see a little bit earlier on. The chat is going quick today, I have noticed, but I do appreciate every single one of you for being here. If you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe, because we have got plenty more Bunnings NPC coming this weekend, including the big one, the Ramsfurley Shield contest between Hawke's Bay and Tasman. Now, that will be probably the hardest challenge for Hawke's Bay this year, and the big thing there is that in their game up against Bay of Plenty, they went to Golden Point, but in the end they were able to get that win. Good strike there from Ruben Love, straight down the middle, and now the score is going to be 10-0 for Wellington in the early stages, and we have only been going for 6.5 minutes as well. Is it true that if you play one game for one national, you can't play for another national? As well, says John. It's a good question. I'm not actually too sure, because I know right back, Taniela Tupou, I believe, had the option of playing for either New Zealand or Australia, and he chose Australia. So I assume that it's something along those lines of once you have played an international fixture. That's why it's such a big decision for these young players to decide who they want to play for. Definitely if they are kind of one of those players who could play for either, I know Fakatava, he's going to have a massive decision, because I believe he is available to either play for Tonga, or if he stays in New Zealand for a couple more years, I believe he can play for the All Blacks. So we have to make the big decision of who he decides to play for there. But now Richard Judd fires it back to Ruben Love, and he is kicking that one downfield. Hasn't found the touchline, though, so this game's going to be continuing to play at the frantic pace. Now Josh Mackay with a bit of a step, nailed in a tackle there by big Dominic Bird. It is still available for Canterbury. They will be wanting to strike back very soon in this match. Not the best pass from Drummond made Fergus Burke jump now to Romano, wrestling with his opposite number, Blackwell. They are 45 out from their own line at the moment here. Canterbury quick hands. Manasa Mataeli finds the offload out to Josh Mackay. Little flick out the back. Goes now into the hands of Ree Princep. Almost just got a shoulder from Dane Coles. I'm not sure whether or not there was an arm wrap in that one, but 50 metres out now. Whitelock charging forward, tackled low by Xavier Numia. They've got the advantage as well for the player, not rolling away quick enough now. Daniel Leonard Brown getting up a bit of steam, dragged down by the captain, Karefi. And at this stage now, 50 metres out, you would think that more than likely, if this ball goes down, and it has, they are going to be going back for this penalty and going for the corner. We have got there. I love loving these young prospects as well, says Smithy Toilet. And that's the thing. All of these teams, they have their good players who might be able to kind of make their way up through the rankings in the next kind of couple of years or so as well. We have got there. Get a game suggestion for you to play when you're bored. It's called MMO, called Kingdom of Loathing as well, says Katie Dixon. And also we have got there in the chat, I was waiting for the stream since last night's Far Cry 6 stream, says Dwabs. Yeah, we did Far Cry 6 last night on the Kiwi Lads Gaming channel, and I'm hopefully going to be able to get another live stream organised for Sunday. Possibly we might be able to. Might get Moose at the night and day, says George Meyer. That would be a very good choice for the Chocolate Moose. And Deepa now Romano going to be driving forward at Julian Savia, dragged down 30 metres out at the moment here for Canterbury, in a very good attacking position on the field. Princep tackled low by Duplessis Karefi. Once again, making a huge amount of tackles in the early stages. It has been Henry Stowers, but he is not the only loose forward working hard. Karefi once again making the tackle. Drummond now fires it back. Beautiful short ball. Now it's going to be stolen, though. Brodie McAllister gave it to Dankos, and now it's available here for Whitman. And Wellington have got this ball straight back. It looks like there's a player down at the moment. I'm looking to try and see who it is. If it is Dankos, no, it is not him. It might be Whitman in the background, but now it's going to be kicked downfield from Ruben Love. Awkward bouncing ball. It's actually decided to run away from the Canterbury side, but it is still available here. Dallas McLeod, little chip and chase, trying to find the gap here. It's bouncing awkwardly. There is still a player down for Wellington, so they are playing with 14 member now. It's going to be Vinsasso, the number 13. Offloads to Dankos, trying to link up. He's back at his pace, Dankos. He's still got it, and now it's a little lobby pass. Well handled there by Caleb Delaney, but it's going to be stolen in the breakdown, is it? For Canterbury, no, it's an advantage to Wellington, and that was very close to them losing that ball. Low tackle there from Dankos, knock on from Duplessis Karefi. But tell you what, Dankos, he's still got a little bit of pace when he starts running as well. What up? As well, says Connor. Also, we've got the ran over a pedestrian, his fault, not mine. Says George Meyer there. And also, it looks like, oh no, it's not Xavier Numia. Yeah, it is. That's going to be a big shame because of the fact he has only just come back from a massive head knock he had in about the second round of a rugby challenge, of the Bunnings NPC. But looking at this, Dankos got the ball from Vinsasso, just waited patiently to be in space. He looked like he was going to kick that one, Dankos, and then he just kept on running, tried to pass it out to Delaney, who had good hands to be able to grab that one. And we have got there Dominic Birds, a massive presence. Love them for the Chiefs, solid for the Satyrs as well. Says Smithy Tour, and I believe now he's going to be at the Hurricanes for next season as well. And also we have got there playing Far Cry in real life, says Katie Dixon. And also, I'm getting my cricket pads and equipment tomorrow, says More Cake. So what type of bat are you going to be going with, mate? Do let me know. And also, we have got there in the chat as well. We have got there, looks like my trip to Wellywood might not go ahead as planned. Yeah, at this stage, Northland heading to level 3. And I believe they're still kind of deciding on what else to do in terms of the lockdowns. But I know that Waikato currently level 3. Northland now from midnight tonight is going to be level 3, and Auckland are still in level 3 as well. So they were talking about whether or not the Auckland sides are going to be able to make up those games that they have missed, but I feel like they can't really squeeze them all in to such a short time. But they are showing the fixtures that are taking place this weekend, and there are some very good ones as well. I will show them on the screen as well. As you can see here, the Ramfurley Shield is going to be on the line. Hawke's Bay going to be taking on the informed Tasman, and then the game after that, Otago versus the undefeated Taranaki. So far, they are sitting top of the championship, and then you've got Southland playing Manawatu. That is going to be on Sunday at 2:05 as well. We have got their level 3 tonight, says Brandon. Also, we have got their Gosh as well, says Morkay for the Kookaburra, and also there's a flippin' dodo emoji, but no flippin' moose emoji with an apple as well, says Katie Dixon there. But at this stage, they are also showing which fixtures are going to be taking place for the All Blacks in the later stages of the October. It is going to be them up against the USA. Then they are going to be playing Wales as well. And then they've got Italy, Ireland, and France as their closing 3 fixtures. But it looks like Xavier Numia is actually going to be continuing. So fair play to that man. He looks like he's got a whole heap of strapping on that leg. He was marching straight up too. By the looks of it, it was going to be them going for maybe the line out. Yes, they are indeed. We have got a donation from Steve Smith as well. He has said, get yourself some KFC since George is not bringing the goods. It's on me, brother. As I said, Steve Smith, thank you very much, mate. Usually appreciate it. We will have to take that advice and get ourselves a little bit of KFC maybe later on in the weekend. Oh, tell you what, that could be an idea for maybe on Monday after all the live streams that we have got. Get ourselves some KFC there. Now rolling more once again. It's going to be defended here by Canterbury. They've been told to get out of it. It's available now for Wellington once again. Only going to be 10 metres out. Vinsasso, tackled by Faiaki, dragging him down. But now Wellington going to be firing the wide ball. No, instead, going on the inside, it's going to be Whitman, but straight on it. Almost Ollie Jaeger able to take that one off him. James Blackwell now dropping the head. 2 metres short here for Wellington. Again, they get themselves their second try of this match using the back line now. It's going to be Pitu Munga Jensen, sells the dummy. Going straight through the middle. Henry Stowers trying to get the ball. It's another advantage. And that is going to be the penalty to Wellington once again. Will you be live for the Sharks game tomorrow morning, says Aiden? I hope that I will be, but I'm not too sure whether or not I will be doing that one. Hopefully I can, but it just depends on how late I end up editing till probably tonight. I'll hopefully be able to go to bed at maybe around 10 and wake up nice and early for that next game to take place. But that is going to be the Sharks taking on Ospreys. I believe it's going to be the return of Alan Wynne-Jones as well. It should be a very good one. And then we've got the 2 Ramfurley Shield and also Bunnings NPC games tomorrow. And then we'll be doing the ones in the night as well. And also we have got there Bro Cam Church is another talented prospect. He will be a monster as well, says Smithy Toilet, taken by Dominic Bird. And now it's a very good rolling maul here for Wellington. Dane Cole's looking like he's going to be getting this ball at the back if it keeps on moving. It's going to be going down though. Who's got the ball? Someone is over the line. Is it going to be? Yes, it is awarded. Who's got it? It looks like it's not in the hands of Duplessis Karefi. Not in the hands of Dominic Bird. Or it was Duplessis Karefi who was able to score it there. Who had that one to the try scorer sheet as well. I wasn't too sure who ended up with it after Dane Coles ended up giving it away. But Duplessis Karefi hasn't scored one in the last few weeks. He was on fire in the earlier stages of the competition, and now he has been able to score himself another one here. And from here, Dominic Bird, it was a rolling maul only 5 meters out. Dane Coles originally looked like he was going to be receiving that ball, but then I saw him go down at the back, but I believe just straight through the middle. Very well predicted was Duplessis Karefi. They just couldn't get to him for the Canterbury defence, and now Wellington going to have a 15-0 lead now. Try in the chat from Stephen Sebastian as well. And also we have got there, do you have a full license as well? Says Max, I am currently on my restricted, and that's probably because of the fact that I haven't actually left to go and get it for the full license, because I can actually kind of apply, or not apply, but actually go take the test, but I just haven't really got around to it yet. And does a premiership team play at Twickenham? Says John, I believe they do, if I'm not wrong, but I know that Twickenham Sloop is where the game between the Hurricanes, or sorry, the Highlanders, it's still the wrong name, the Harlequins and the Bristol Bears is going to be taking place. And bro, Harry Plummer's young. I thought he was like 25 or 26. Hey, how old is he, Smithy Toilet? Do let me know. Is he younger than 24? It's another good strike there from Ruben Love. It's gone straight down the middle, and now because of it, it does mean that the score is going to be 17-0 to Wellington after only 13 minutes gone in this game. This is saying 16, but they have only been going for 13 and a half. So they are going to be hoping to be able to get themselves into the position of getting that bonus point. But yeah, they are doing very well in the early stages of this one. Once again, Fergus Burke going to be kicking off. There looks like there's a few people there at Sky Stadium taken by the bus. Julian Savia, I'm not too sure why they keep on trying to pick out him, because he has been making meters anytime he gets that ball. Richard Judd once again passing it back as Xavier Numia stepping on the injured leg, and now it's going to be available. Mitch Drummond passes out the back line. It's going to be stepping on the inside. It's going to be Ramika Poyapi. Still available here for Canterbury once again, and they are going to be only 15 meters out from the line. Daniel Leonard Brown with a good drive. Tackled low, though, by James Blackwell. Another advantage here for the side of Canterbury. Henry Stowers dropping the head, dragged down there by Delaney. Drummond once again firing the ball. It's an awkward spinning one. It's going to be taken nicely, though, by Brodie McAllister. Straight on it, Duplessis Karefi. Trying to shut it down. Drummond passes back once again. Fergus Burke now backline movement. Dallas McLeod stepping on the inside. Daniel Leonard Brown has gone backwards, so they can still keep going. It's a wide cutout pass, and Jay Faiaki in this corner. In the corner, I should say. Or was the foot and touch? They've been awarding it as a line out, or it would have been, but they are going to be going back for the penalty now. Very close for Jay Faiaki to score in the corner. We have also got their thoughts on Josh Lord joining the AB squad. Says Ed, I believe that's going to be happening very soon as well. And it's probably, I think it was the one that really threw a few people off. They weren't really expecting his name because of the fact that he is so young and hasn't really got that much experience. But I believe that's why they've chosen him. They've decided to give him plenty of time in the AB's camp and really build him up in the future. And younger than my brother as well. Says Smithy Toilet, he was born in 1998, so he's almost younger than me as well. And what car do you have? Is it a beast? It is a Nissan Prairie, so not really. Unfortunately, we have got there Twickenham Stoop as well. Says Sebastian. Also, we have got there in the chat. Close says David and try. Says Sebastian. It was very close. But now they are actually going to be taking on the 3 points here, Canterbury, which is an interesting choice when you are 17 points down after 15 minutes. But I guess they just want to get themselves some form of points on the board in the early stages. But that one has gone over. So the score now going to be 17 points for Wellington and 3 for Canterbury as well. I have my first, have my COVID jab, feel average right now as well, says George. So that will be your, was that your first one or your second one, George? Do let me know. And also thoughts on the Wallaby squad announcement for autumn test. I know that Will Skelton is a name that has been thrown around there. Are there any other massive players from overseas in terms that they have signed? I haven't actually seen it yet. So I might have to have a quick look at that after this live stream. Josh Lord's Mean Bro reminds me of a useful Brodie Retallick as well. And Twickenham Stoop is the best stadium in the Prem as well. Says it Luke there, but that's going to be taken by Luke Romano, 30 metres out now. And Canterbury at this stage, they're going to be trying to build together a few phases, try and get themselves out of their 22 and go for the counter-attack. It's going to be driving forward there. I believe it was there, Nan, in the number 7 jersey, which is actually Corey Callow for this matchup. Drummond passes it back now to Henry Stowers. It was dragged down once again. Fired back, and it is going to be Fergus Burke kicking it down the middle of the field, not looking for the touchline, but instead just trying to find some space. An awkward bouncer ball with Wes Hoyson taking it very nicely. And it being able to jog right back to the 22. Or sorry, near the halfway line into the 22 now at Canterbury. And Fergus Burke takes it, and now Josh Mackay going to be running straight up the middle of the field, tackled by Dane Coles and Hawson, though. Back available on the short side. They're going to be going drawing past there. It's going to be Ramika Poyapi decides against the offload there. But Drummond gives it back 40 metres out. Ollie Jaeger with a good carry, making a few extra metres, breaking through the tackle of Coles. Now Josh Mackay, first receiver. He's going to be heading to Glasgow, I believe, when he does get the chance after the Bunnings NPC. But now Ollie Jaeger, good tackle on him by Caleb Delaney. And at this stage, they are just trying to break their way through here. Canterbury, good phase play, 7 in a row now for them here, but they have got to make sure that they are the next team to score. Luke Romano trying to break through the tackle of Alex Fidel, but he has dragged down Drummond. Once again, offloading Che Faiaki, almost tackled a little bit high there. By it was Richard Judd, still available there. Almost at the breakdown was stolen, but now Manasa Mataili didn't get a lot of space, wasn't able to break through. Whitman once again trying to turn the ball over in the breakdown. And if Wellington can get a counter-attack here, they could find themselves their third try of the match. Still available for Canterbury, though. Drummond fires it back to Fergus Burke. Luke Romano still trying to break the tackles, but still on the side of Canterbury. This is just phase after phase. Whitelock getting a carry before heading to the Northern Hemisphere to play the USA and also Wales. Now it's a short ball into the hands of Daniel Leonard-Brown. This is great defence from Wellington. They are getting forced back towards their own line here, 40 metres out, and now they have to kick after 14 phases, but finding the space is taken nicely for Vince Arsaw. Didn't find the bounce, and now he's got Wes Awesome with him, close to the touchline, trying to step as well, but Ramika Poyapi drags him down. Almost a neck roll there from Whitelock. Back on the side of Wellington now, though, it is going to be passed back. Ruben Love just dropping that one. Unfortunately, a little knock on from Wellington there from Delaney. And now it is going to be a scrum as well. Since early days, hope for a comeback, brother, or still early days, hope for the comeback, brother. Zed Steve's movement also we have got there. And at the chat, hey, Hamish, I drove a Nissan for years, very reliable as well. Yeah, I think we have had it for about, I want to say at least 10 years, but I can't quite think of the, I can't quite think of the time as well. We have got their second one. Have you had your jab? I have indeed. And also New Zealand smashed USA by 100 later on this month. And also I've had both of mine. I had to sleep after my second, and I voted for Canterbury. Come on, don't let us down as well, says Steve Smith. And also there is the USA playing the All Blacks, or will they play any other teams? I believe because of the fact that they've had their Rugby World Cup qualifiers, they actually play Uruguay this weekend. Once again, it was a very close game last week, 19 points to 16. So I believe they have played these two games, and then if they lose that game, they will have to play Canada. So I believe their game up against the All Blacks is the only one up against kind of Southern or Northern Hemisphere ones as well. And also we have got there, who's responsible for it. It is indeed Sebastian for the Romanian audience on that podcast. And can you drive by yourself, or do you need someone with a license? You can drive by yourself as long as it's not kind of after hours, which I believe is between 10 and 5. If I'm not wrong, that's going to be a penalty to Wellington in the scrum there. And front row angling in, I believe it would have been on that far side, which would be Daniel Leonard-Brown struggling with Alex Fidel there. And the breakdown on Welly win by 15 as well. C6 for the prediction. And also we have got there in the chat as well, Hamish, will you be going live for the Women's Rugby World Cup next year? I believe I will be for that one. And I also see Super Rugby has been announced for, though. That's a terrible kick there. It hasn't really, it somehow found touch. That is extremely lucky there for Ruben Love. I'm just going to watch this again for one moment, but he tried to find touch. Absolutely just monstered the kick about 20 metres, and it somehow bounced into touch, and they still get the line out there for Wellington. So that is a big mistake from Canterbury, but they wouldn't have been expecting him to strike it the way that he did. But now Ruben Love passing it back to Vince Arsaw. Once again, 45 metres out here. Wellington going to be on the attack. Cut out pass from Love. Didn't quite find the hands of Savia, but he's actually passed it to himself there. Wes Awesome, but he was too close to the touchline, and now it will be the Canterbury line out on the halfway line. Do they decide to take it quickly? It looks like McAllister is ready to go. We have also got there in the chat as well. Do you think USA versus Uruguay going to be streamed on World Rugby YouTube channel? I hope that they do it like they did last week, because they did have that game, but then the Canada versus Chile game, they didn't actually show anywhere, and I don't think I was able to find any highlights of that match either. Manasa Mataili trying to create a highlight, almost able to go through the gap, but dragged down by Dane Coles. Luca Romano once again carrying the ball forward. Nice salad dummy there from Fergus Burke, dragged down though by the big forwards of Wellington, and they have been playing a physical game so far. Brodie McAllister, first carry of the match for the number 2 there. Going short side once again, it's going to be Fergus Burke. Lobby pass out to Chai Faiaki. Now he hasn't got a lot of space down the wing, but he's trying to change that. Dragged down in the end once again by Caleb Delaney. That man's made about 7 tackles so far. Short ball to Henry Stowers from Ollie Jaeger, still available for Canterbury. They've been putting together some good phases. They just haven't been able to put together a try yet. They are slowly making their way forward. 25 out now. Ollie Jaeger with the good hands, getting some good go forward there. Drummond decides to pick and go himself, almost able to break through an offload to Sam Whitelock now. Up the middle of the field, 2 meters short here. What a run from Sam Whitelock, but it's still available. Drummond now gives it back. Offload, Dallas McLeod trying to link up. He does fling it out the back line, and now Manasa Mataeli over the line. And that's a try to Canterbury. It got a little bit scrappy at the end, but they were still able to drive their way over. And now it will be Manasa Mataeli who was able to score himself the first try of the match for Canterbury as well. And they are starting to get back into this match as well. Mataeli, there we go. He has scored the try in the 22nd minute. And in the end, it was Sam Whitelock who was able to pierce the gap after Mitch Drummond decided to go for the pick and go around the gap, found the offload to Whitelock, and then it was opening up big time. They were able to get that back line going. In the end, they did very well, Wellington, to try and stop Dallas McLeod from finding that offload, but he still was crafty enough to be able to find it. And then from there, Manasa Mataeli was able to find himself over the line as well. We have got their try as well, and also we have got their repo comment as well. Earlier on, says George, and also we have got there. My first car I ever bought was an old Austin Mini Mr. Bean car. Oh, I wish I kept it. People pay an arm and a leg for them now. I would absolutely love one of those cars. Used to be a massive fan of Mr. Bean when it was on the screen, or on the TV, I guess you should say as well. We used to have videotapes, the VHS, I believe it's called. I've run over another pedestrian, says George, and also try, Canterbury, says Katie Dixon there, and also we have got there, Dwubs that said try in there as well. I'll tell you what, the chat is going very quick at the moment. I do appreciate every single one of you for being here. This game's looking like it's going to be a very high scoring one. Manasa Mataeli able to get himself the try for the, I actually believe, if I'm not wrong, he is signed for the Western Force for next year, if I'm not wrong. Hopefully I've got that right, but I think he is signed for one of the Super Rugby AU teams. That one is a good strike, but just away to the right-hand side. Didn't quite get it over. But now the score is going to be 17 points to 18. Or sorry, 17 points to 8 after only the 24 minutes as well. We have got there. Do you want to meet at Hamish's house now or the pub as well, says George. And also we have got there Hamish's homeless, says George. And also we have got there hi in the chat from Trev as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. It is great to see you once again here. We have got the double blow of the whistle here. So I'm not too sure what's happening in the background, but they are showing Manasa Mataeli, I should say. And he's a very dangerous player for the Crusaders, but now it is going to be the case of him finishing at the Crusaders. Instead, Kenny Naholo, I believe, is actually going to be taking his place there for the men in the red and the black. And also don't underestimate the US fellas as well. I'm telling you, says Smithy Toilet. And they are a very good side. They have been able to get that win up against Uruguay. And I think the second match, we saw it up against Canada in that double match kind of qualifying type thing. The first one, they had a little bit of a struggle, but the second game, they were able to win it relatively comfortably. So it could be the case as well. Someone's actually going off the field, I believe, for an HIA. Number 20 making his way out there. Could that be for Delaney? I really hope that it wasn't because of the fact that he had been going very well, but it is either Delaney or Whitman. Okay, Caleb Delaney is going to be going off the field, which is a big shame. Tell you what, Whitelock, or sorry, Romano taking that very close to the touchline and then driven out. So now once again, it will be Wellington who are in a very good position on the field to attack. Have you got Instagram or Facebook, mate? I have got a Kiwi Lads Instagram, but we haven't actually used it before. We haven't actually got any posts on it, but I will put it in the chat for you guys. If you guys do want to give it a follow as well. But now driving 40 out, it's going to be Duplessis Karefi once again going short side, 25 meters out. Another step from Whitman. And he's been doing very nicely so far to be able to keep that momentum going forward. A little bit of a loose ball from Richard Judd, but still available here for Wellington. If they can score themselves another try, I believe it is 4 or more in this competition, gets you the bonus point. They are already halfway there, and we aren't even halfway through this match as well. Going short side once again here. There's going to be Whitman once again cut down by Henry Stowers, his opposite number. Richard Judd having to fire his way for that ball there, but Ollie Jaeger and also Luke Romano able to drag him down on the 22. Playing halfback, it's going to be Alex Peter. Oh, it's a rough pass to Duplessis Karefi. Was dragged down by Prince, but now it's going to be a massive kick downfield from Canterbury, and it's going to be just inside of the 22, and Wes Wilson now will be allowed to find the touchline if he decides to. He is going to be kicking at Whitelock with the commitment trying to stop him. And that is a big kick downfield. Looks like, oh, I'll tell you what, if it rolls into touch, it would be a 50-22, but very close to the touchline. Romano was able to clean it up, and Josh Mackay returns fire. It's becoming a bit of a territory game between these two sides, taken awkwardly there by Ruben Love, but looked like he had it under control. Now it's going to be the bust. Julian Savia, wide cutout pass out to Vince Sasso down the wing, trying to break through the tackle with Che Faiaki, but now 40 meters out. Wellington once again round the side. Julian Savia offloads back to Judd, and Alex Vidal trying to get a bit of a step going. He is going to be dragged down once again in the tackle as he still got him. Yes, he does, Brodie McAllister. Able to drag him down Whitelock, protesting against James Blackwell. And straight away, the man who has only just come out on the field, low pass there, but it's going to be juggled. And in the end, Patafilo able to pass it back across. Ruben Love now trying to find the step as well. Great low tackle it was Luke Romano. Judd fires it back now, Alex Fido. We've had a huge amount of phase play between both of these sides here so far in this match. No one really willing to give up the ball too easily, which does mean that we're getting to see a lot of attacking moves so far. Now it's going to be Xavier Numia. Has he lost all of the strapping on his leg? I think he has. He actually got it strapped up in the earlier stages of the game. Now it's going to be kicked in behind by Ruben Love, but straight into the hands of Josh Mackay, who will now be kicking it back downfield, and that is a good kick from Josh Mackay. So that battle for the territory went the way of Canterbury as well. We have got there nothing like your first taste of freedom as well, says Steve Smith. And also we have got there, I can relate to that. I love drawing a bath, pour a glass. I love drawing a bath, pour a glass of wine, candles and music, and wait for whoever's house. Wait for whoever's house I've broken into as well in the chat from Sebastian. Also, at least Canterbury has made some points up as well. Yeah, that is true. At this stage, it is only a 9-point game, which we know in this competition. I still think back to that game between Wellington and Waikato when Waikato were about 27 points down at halftime and they went back to win the game. So it is certainly the case of maybe being a game of two halves. They were able to start very well here, Wellington, trying to finish it with maybe another try. But that's the thing, we're only 27 minutes through this game as well. So it is going very quick. And now Richard Judd trying to find the offload. Savia knocks the ball on. And it will now be an option of either having the scrum or the line out for Canterbury. We always got there the good old Misovich as well. Yes, Misovich, Bishy, I believe it is, from Katie Dixon. And also we have got the question came son. Says Brandon also, yeah, buddy, nothing else like it. Says Katie Dixon there. My first car was a Mitsubishi Mirage GLX. It was a red head that about 2000 to 2003 when then had a Nissan Pulsar. We've actually got a Nissan Pulsar at the moment as our other vehicle as well. So a little bit of a coincidence there. So when someone crashed into the back, now I have a Nissan Serena. So hopefully we probably ended up buying your car after it got smashed perhaps. We also got there in the chat as well. I'll tell you what, it's going very quick at the moment. Hal is going to afford the Burger King combo for his own Timaru, says George Bolo. That is true. And that house he is in is someone random, says George as well. And I believe George, if I'm not wrong, I'm not too sure whereabouts he will be located at the moment, but I believe he might be around for the second half of this match. We will have to wait and see. And I believe black and yellow as well, says Derek. And at the moment, they have been able to score themselves a couple of tries. They will want this win to be able to get a chance of making the playoff game. So now Drummond firing it back. Mataeli almost able to break his way straight through, but Duplessis Karefi not able to keep his footing, flopping over the ball, and now it's going to be the Abanic. Henry Stowers finds the offload. Josh Mackay now stepping on the 22 as well, trying to link up. Almost not needing anyone. Josh Mackay 10 metres out now for Canterbury. Going short side now is going to be Romano. Wide cut out pass out to Whaiaki, who is forward. And that was the second almost try for Shea Whaiaki, I should say. It just ended up drifting forward at the last moment. Living in Australia, you really need a good four-wheel drive. You'll learn that quickly as well, says Steve Smith. And also we have got there, let's go Wellington, as well, says Derek. And also I hope George gets his chicken, says KT. I believe he'll be going for some wicked wings out of all of the options, if I'm not wrong there. And Hamish, why don't the New Zealand teams have any female teams to join the Super Rugby or Super W tournament with the Australian women's team as well, says Aidan? Well, that's the thing. We've actually, I believe it was earlier in the week, they've announced Super Rugby for the females. I can't remember what the name of the competition is, though. It is a Maori name that I can't quite think of off the top of my head, but it is going to be the Blues, the Chiefs, the Hurricanes, and a South Island team. All of them are going to be playing in a Super Rugby competition format. And then who knows, maybe from there it goes into a Super Rugby Trans-Tasman kind of in the near future as well. My husband had a Skyline GTS as well, but not exactly family friend. I reckon my team would struggle to sit in the back. They are taller than me as well. There's an off Mamo. It's going to be dropped there by Canterbury, and now it's going to be almost a counter attack, but it's a double knock on. So instead, now it is going to be Wellington who have got the scrum feed only 10 metres out from their own line. So they will need another big shove. But unfortunately, Mataeli just not able to hang on to that one there. I was 18 and I had got my first car, an absolute wreck. I loved it. My girlfriend didn't like the colour or woman as well, says David. In the end, I believe it was actually Dallas McLeod who put that ball down there. But already 30 minutes gone in this game. I will show the benches. Once again, we have seen just the one change made already, and that was the change of Delaney having to come off the field for his HIA. So instead it was Sam Smith who has made his way out there in the number 20 jersey. But there are some very good players. Tane Plumtree I remember from the first round of the Bunnings NPC, he actually scored himself a hat-trick, the man who normally resides at number 6, so perhaps he gets an opportunity at 6 or 8 in the later stages. I believe they will end up leaving Karefi out for most of the match if they need to, and Tomasi Alosio, another player who did very well in those matches between Tonga and Samoa in the earlier stages of the year for the Rugby World Cup qualifier. Shiloh Klein, another player to look out for Canterbury. We haven't really seen too much of Brodie McAllister yet, but I feel like that could change if they do get an opportunity for a rolling maul. It's a big push there, and it's going to be retained here for Wellington. Ruben Love now going to be kicking this one downfield for the touchline. And it is a very good kick downfield. And tell you what, there's been some good kicks today. It's going to be right down near the halfway line, 45 metres out from the Wellington line. Canterbury are going to have the line out throw now, and it's been unfair on Auckland for level 4 and 3 for the Bunnings NPC, says Derek. And I know that they're trying to probably make up those games, but I don't think that's going to be like very easy to do, because then you risk all of the injuries if you play like 3 games a week, because these games are not really like everyone's just going out there and putting their bodies on the line with massive hits throughout this competition. Manasa Mataeli now going to be firing it back. At the moment, Canterbury on the halfway line. Pass now, Rameka Poyapi gets a carry. And Canterbury, if they can score themselves one more try before halftime, they are well and truly in this match. Great low tackle from Duplessis. Karefi still available there for Canterbury. Drummond deciding what way to go. Instead goes across now to Romano. Going to be dragged down in the end by Sam Smith, the man who has just made his way out onto the field. Princev now with the fend on Vinsaso and Patafilo, but he's going to be dragged down once again in Canterbury at the moment. If they can find themselves a couple more line breaks like they had from Josh Mackay in the earlier stages of this game as well, they could have a very good chance. But once again, it's going to be Daniel Leonard Brown dragged down, the man who resides out of the Highlanders camp for Super Rugby as well. Romano breaking the tackle, dragged down by Dane Coles. Battle of the veterans there. Josh Mackay with the step, busting through the tackle of Whitman. Still available there for Canterbury. They've got the advantage as well, and they blow the penalty. And now they will more than likely be kicking this one for the corner as well. We have got the Go Canterbury from Katie Dixon. And also we have got the Do You Like Rugby League? I enjoy watching it. I just don't really get as much time to watch it as I'd like to, because of the fact that normally it kind of overlaps with the other international fixtures that we have got there as well. I was looking for a new ute as well. Says Adult Entertainment a bit late as well. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. We do appreciate it. Do you think Wellington can win this match? Says Dominic. It's a tough one because of the fact I feel like they've got the skill and just the ability to be able to do so, but it's whether or not Canterbury can find that extra gear in the last kind of 10 or 20 minutes. That's something that Wellington have struggled with just a little bit in some of their other fixtures. Definitely that one up against Waikato, but their game up against Bay of Plenty, they actually ended up firing into that kind of fifth gear in the later stages, and it did help them out, but they were just very close, yet so far away from being able to get that win up against the Bay. So we will have to wait and see whether or not Canterbury have got that extra gear today. But now it's going to be driving forward once again. Rameka Poya be dragged down by Coles on the 22 now for Canterbury. It's going to be Romano. And Alex Fidel not quite able to get that turnover. And the breakdown, Henry Stowers now once again going to be dragged down by Peter Umanga Jensen, who was able to score the first try in only the first minute of this match as well. Very impressive from that man. But 34 minutes into this game at the moment. And we are waiting to see whether or not Canterbury can find themselves in an attacking position to be able to score maybe one more try before we get to halftime as well. We have got there will be close thanks as well, says Dominic, can also score as well, says Rafael. At the moment we are sitting 17-8 for this game between Canterbury and Wellington. Wellington were sitting 17-0 up. Then from there they were able to take the 3 points. Canterbury, but now Henry Stowers once again going to be driving forward inside of the 22, losing his footing, and it's going to be another advantage here. Now firing a flat ball, Drummond. Princep with the good hands that are still available, but now it's going back for the penalty once again here for Canterbury, and that's going to be something that they need to work on in that second half, because of the fact if they end up giving away too many penalties in the later stages, could be a lot of trouble. But now it's going to be a 5-metre line out. Brodie McAllister going to be firing this one in as well. You did a great job, by the way, mate. GG as well, says Dominic. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that a lot. But now Brodie McAllister at the back of that rolling maul. It's looking pretty well set here for Canterbury, marching their way forward. It's going to spin around a little bit. Who has got it there? It's another advantage. This could be a yellow card here for someone for Wellington if they're not too careful. The ball is available at the back here for Canterbury. 5 metres out. Luke Romano looking like he's going to back himself. Instead gives it off to the veteran Whitelock. And he has been dragged down once again. Still available. Drummond now fires it back. Fergus Burke cross kick. Can this be the try for Fayaki? Or it's Josh Mackay. And he scored the try as well. And now because of it, it does mean that Canterbury, they're back in the match, ladies and gentlemen. They are getting very close to having the same score. But Josh Mackay, he's been having a good day so far in that number 15 jersey. They had the penalty advantage, so they decided to go for that cross kick. And it did pay off. And now 36 minutes into this game. We are almost back to an even playing field going into the second half as well. Come on, score as well. Steve Smith with the tries in there as well. And also, we have got there in the chat, Sam Whitelock playing for Canterbury, but couldn't play for the All Blacks. Pretty much it was down to the timing, but he will be joining back up with the All Blacks camp as well as Dane Coles. But it was because of the fact that for him to travel over for that last game up against the Springboks, it would have meant he had about, I think it was going to be about 2 days of preparation, which he just said pretty much isn't going to be enough time to prepare you for an international test match. So instead, he was having his baby with his wife in New Zealand, and he was staying in New Zealand for a little bit longer and then traveling over in that later stages as well. Same with Aaron Smith is another one in OMG. So close, says Dominic. And also, do you think Ruan Pina and the Sharks can do it tomorrow morning? Says Aiden, I believe, if I'm not wrong, is he going to be coming off the bench, Ruan Pina? But it is one of those ones as well. The South African sides, they've been struggling a little bit, but I know at some stage there's going to be that switch that just flicks and all of a sudden they will be very competitive. And I feel like the Sharks so far have been looking like one of the best teams for South Africa because of the fact they had that tough game up against Munster in the first week, but they were still able to find themselves some points as well. But now the score is going to be 15 points to Canterbury and 17 for Wellington here as well. And also we have got there, tell you what is going quick at the moment in the chat as well. And also we have got the, I wonder if Brody is related to Luke McAllister. Oh, it's a good question. I don't actually know the answer of that one, but sometimes we have got those little bits of a tie. I know we've got a couple of Peter Umaga Jensen and Thomas Umaga Jensen brothers who are out there at the moment, even though I said their first names, which was a weird way of wording it. We have also got there in Samoa touring because 2 cents said they are not. And I saw on Samoa Instagram, they keep promoting the game between them and the Barbarians. I don't know whether or not they have left yet, but they have got one game, and that is going to be up against the Barbarians. So I'm wondering whether or not they will be able to have that one take place. But there are some very good players for the Barbarians, like Quade Cooper, Malcolm Marks, Dwayne Vermeulen, Pablo Matera. They have got a stacked side. And Deba now is going to be driving for once again. Brody McAllister getting the carry. They're going to be about 45 metres out. Ollie Yeager has a bit of a juggle, and now it's going to be the scrum feed for Wellington as well. Yeah, it's got there in the chat. Are you doing the Harlequins game tomorrow morning? I believe if I am doing one of those 2 matches that are taking place at the same time, it would be the Sharks playing. It will be Ospreys, but I will be keeping you guys informed about what is happening in that Harlequins Bristol Bears game, and I'll probably have them side by side so that I can watch both at the exact same sides. Some South Africa teams 1 to 7, 2 rounds in, heartbreaking really. Hopefully it'll get better because this is appalling as well, says Sebastian, and go Canterbury in the chat as well from Johanna. Also we have got there, come on you Quins from Sebastian. Do you think, or what do you think about Artie Savia as AB's captain? I think it's a good choice. I'm not sure whether or not they will keep him as captain once Whitelock is back, or he might end up sneaking back into it, but I don't believe they'll give it back to Sam Cane when he does join up with the camp as well, because I think that is coming very soon, although first he is playing a little bit of the Heartland Championship here in New Zealand. But I think he is a good captain overall. Seems to be a pretty good leader for the Hurricanes throughout their season, and also for the All Blacks as well as the Barbarians worldwide, or just Southern Hemisphere. It is actually worldwide, I believe. If I'm not wrong, you can pretty much have players from all over the place. I believe it is just the Southern Hemisphere players that they have decided on at this point, but I assume there will be a couple more getting announced very soon. Vince Sarson now dragged down 40 metres out here for Wellington. They would love to be able to score themselves one more try before we get into halftime. Duplessis Karefi tackled a little bit high, so it's going to be an advantage for the high tackle. Oh, no, sorry. It was actually an advantage for offside against Luca Romano. Richard Judd fires it back now. Peter Umaga Jensen getting some good to go forward. Not able to find the offload to Dane Coles, but now still available for Judd to offload to Alex Fidel. Straight in that breakdown, almost stolen by Canterbury. Patafilo, one of his first carries of this match, decides to run it. Was Romano. I'm not sure whether or not that is the best option. But now Richard Judd, it's actually Ruben Love with the big ball out. And it's close to the touchline, and Sam Smith in touch, but they are going back for the penalty. And it's got there. Yeah, I saw Sam Cane on the news as well. Says David, can you read my message as well from Brandon? Is at time, Tay? Says Brandon, is that the one that we are talking about? Because at the moment we are sitting 14 minutes into this one, and they are taking on the shot. So this would make it 20 points to 15 going into the second half. If that is the case, it's got there. So why is Whitelock playing for Canterbury but couldn't play for the All Blacks as well, says Johan. I think I explained that about a minute ago, but pretty much because of the fact that his wife was having a baby, he was granted kind of leave to go away from the All Blacks, which is 100% fair enough. And then from there, because of the fact that he wasn't going to have enough time to get back after the lockdowns, because Richie Moong, his wife, had his baby, their baby, a lot earlier, which is why he was able to take the 2 weeks of quarantine, and then from there was able to join back with the side. But Whitelock wouldn't have had enough time to prepare. Same with it was Aaron Smith, which is why he's playing a little bit of rugby for Manawatu, and Lucas put in caps as well because he had a baby. And also we have got their Patience brother. He'll be back as well, says Sebastian, because he has a little baby on the way And so there should be a Southern Hemisphere Barbarians versus British and Irish Lions series as well. It certainly do well. I know that they're trying to get a Club World Cup going very soon, and we have got the smiley face from Dominic, but Richard, I keep on calling him Richard Love, but it is Ruben Love here, will be going for this kick, 40 metres out, relatively straight out in front, 40 minutes into this game as well. Will they have a 5-point lead going into the second half? He struck it well, and it's gone over. So now the score at halftime is going to be 20 points for Wellington and 15 for Canterbury as well. We also got their thoughts on Duplessis breaking lockdown rules as well, says Derek. It wasn't a very smart thing to do. He did lose his captaincy because of it, but I believe he is now back to captain for the last couple of weeks. But yeah, probably not a very smart thing to do. Definitely when you are the captain of a side, and I believe he was the face of the kind of lockdown for the rugby players as well, which doesn't help him too much in that regard. But looking through some of the stats for this match as well, 57% of the possession has actually gone the way of Canterbury for this one. Meters carried extremely close, 131 for Canterbury, 137 for Wellington. 3 defenders beaten to the nil, 2 clean breaks to the nil in favour of Canterbury. And actually, it's just updated itself, and Canterbury have had 6 defenders beaten to the nil there as well. Canterbury says, Johan, also we have got there, would you rather smash the USA with best squad or just beat them and play young players as well? Says John, I think you've got to go with a mixture of both. I think more than likely they'll have Moonga back at 10 and maybe McKenzie at 15. They may try out that combo once again. But I think they need to give some of those younger guys the opportunity as well. Ethan de Groot, he has been touring with the side for a very long time, so I'm hoping to see him get a chance to have a run round and also a bit of a scrummage at the same time. Do you remember when Moonga and etc. used to play for the Barbarians? It's crazy how quickly it kind of all changes because of the fact that not that long ago, some of these guys are now going to be playing for the All Blacks. It's same with, Josh Lord. He's going to be one of those examples of a very young player who's going to end up with an All Blacks cap perhaps in that Northern Hemisphere at probably a lot younger than he would have been expecting to be able to get one as well. He's a family friend as well, says Derek. And also we have got there, do you remember when Moonga and etc. I read that one as well. And also we have got there, Josh says Max. And also we have got there, you could have Tasman versus USA, and Tasman will win. Not going to lie as well, says Luke. And they are going to be challenging for the Ramfurly Shield for the match tomorrow up against Hawke's Bay, which will be a very exciting one as well. And also Canterbury Vamos, says Joel. And also we have got there, Wellington can win, but Canterbury really good team, says Dominic. They are indeed. And while we are waiting for the second half to get back underway, I will quickly show you guys the table as it is sitting at the moment. Every point is crucial in this one. And at the end of the day, if Wellington win this game, they will be moving up onto 15 points, which would actually put them into third, depending on whether or not they get that point differential kind of up a little bit more in the later stages. Could be the difference between going through to those playoff games because of the fact they will need the bonus point in this one. But Canterbury, if they win this game with the bonus point, they will actually move up into second place and they will be tied for first. But of course, that points differential just letting them down a little bit at this stage, the second lowest in the championship so far. But the tackles made, 67 made by Canterbury, 6 missed tackles for them as well, and then 52 made by Wellington with the 7 missed tackles there as well. I'm looking through running meters. Manasa Mataele had a few. Josh McKay, 69 running meters, 10 carries, 3 defenders beaten, and 1 clean break for that man as well, and was able to score himself a try, having a very good first half, that is for sure. But now we are just waiting for the second half to get back underway as well. Rugby Waikato tomorrow, yes, as well. There's Reid, and also we have got there in the chat here what is going very quick at the moment. So where's Northland going to be based? Says Shane. It's a great question, and I believe they won't be able to play that game next week that they were going to be having up against Otago in Northland. So the big question is whether or not they will be able to get out. I believe if they get out of Northland before 12 or something along those lines, they will be allowed to continue to train and everything along those lines. But it's a big question of where they're going to be going at the moment. Also, we have got there, what's wrong with Auckland? Tell you what, your cap lock is stuck on at the moment, Johan, but they are in level 3 lockdown, which is why they have only been able to play 2 games. And with those 2 games, they are actually sitting on 6 points. They have been doing decently. They had a very close game with Tasman and also received a bonus point, I think it was, up against Canterbury, was their first match as well. And we also got there, remember the good old days when the Blues won the Super Rugby Cup. Those days are over big time. They won Super Rugby Trans-Tasman very recently. They are actually the most recent winners, Johan. But yeah, I guess you have your opinions there. We have also got there, hello, Scotty Dixon. Also, do you think Noel Alicio should get another go for the Wallabies, says John Brown. And also we have got there, it's windy in windy Wellington. Look at the clouds as well, says Luke. And also we have got there Vamos from Canterbury as well. And also we have got there still saying Canterbury to win by 8. And Josh Lord starring against USA, you reckon? It's a big decision. I'd like to see Tupavai also get some opportunities as well, because of the fact that unfortunately for him, he's only had a couple games, but he does play very well as well. And we have got there in the chat, in there, nope, not at all. Says that Johan there, but it was a beautiful kick in behind that got Josh Mackay his first try of the match. Shea Faiaki has been extremely close to scoring twice, but has just missed out both times, sadly, for him. But yeah, the second half is going to be a very good one. Like I mentioned, it's going to be a very interesting game tomorrow between the Ramfurly Shield sides of Hawke's Bay, and also it will be Tasman, who are a very good side. That is the wrong table. That is for the Gallagher Premiership. But this one here, Hawke's Bay versus Tasman, 7:35 is not the time that it is. It's 4:35 p.m. that one is going to be taking place. And then straight after it, Otago versus the undefeated Taranaki for the championship. And that will be a very good game of rugby as well. And we will have to wait and see what way it goes. And then Southland versus Manawatu. And they are going to be playing on the Sunday. But Manawatu, they were able to get the big win over Otago. So it's going to be a very tough game for Otago there. But they've got that fighting spirit, and maybe they will be able to get a decent chance as well. And also we have got there in the chat, I honestly think Bowden Barrett should give a right wing a shot, says Derek as well. Oh, it's an interesting one. I believe at this stage they have got themselves the Will Jordan, the Sever Reese, and also, who else did they try and play? Geordie Barrett, I guess, is the only other one they have been doing. So it would have been interesting to see if he did get a chance, because I know that people want to see him at 12, or sorry, him at 10 and Moonga at number 12, I think, is a combo that a few people have mentioned as well. But let's go there. Why cancelled, says Dominique. Pretty much because of the factor of the counties Manukau, North Harbour, and Auckland games haven't been able to take place for the past few weeks due to the lockdown. Who's the coach of Canterbury as well, says Johan. That is a good question. I'm not actually too sure who they have got at the moment, because I believe it is someone who is different from the Crusaders coach, which is Scott Robertson. Where's Sever Reese as well, says Aiden. He is still in the Northern Hemisphere, I believe, if I'm not wrong, or he will be heading to the Northern Hemisphere. So they have got Sever Reese, Will Jordan, and then I guess it's going to be interesting. I believe they've already kind of announced who they're going to be bringing, but I would have thought maybe, I don't know, would they have given someone else other than Josh Lord, like alongside him, give another young player a chance to try and get some caps under the belt and a little bit of experience, similar to what they've done for George Bowen and Ethan the Groot in the front row. And also we have got there in the chat as well, Dominique has said, okay, thanks. And Northland in level 3, they are indeed. It is going to be at 12 o'clock tonight. I believe they are going to be heading to level 3, which is why Northland's team, they will really have to decide where they are going to be based. But at this stage, I will actually have a look. They were able to get a massive win over Waikato just last week, and that puts them into third. So they're actually in the playoff positions at the moment. But we do see their counties Manukau only playing the 2 games, Otago playing 3, and North Harbour, even though they've only played the 2, they have actually been able to get themselves a win in one of those matches. That was actually up against counties Manukau. That game, I believe it was about 70 minutes in when we saw the first try of that one. Well, you know, at least we are getting close to the second half, and we will get to see maybe a lot of points in the second half. Also, do let me know in the chat who you guys think is going to be scoring the first try, the player. I am going to say, I'm going to say it's going to be Duplessis Karefi is my prediction, just because of the fact he's been in the breakdown a few times. But then I guess maybe someone along the lines of, if Caleb Delaney was still out on the field, I would say him, but we'll go Duplessis Karefi. So Joe Maddock is their coach as well, says Johan. Also, it doesn't mean, doesn't. He played for Canterbury as well. He's actually in the Bunnings NPC. Are we thinking Sever Reese or Waisaki Naholo? Because Waisaki Naholo, he is actually in the side of Canterbury, but he did not play in this match, and he would have been out on that wing alongside Julian Savia in a big matchup. But Sever Reese, he is a Tasman boy for the Bunnings NPC. Him and Will Jordan both would be going back to Tasman alongside David Arvelli as well if they did get a chance. When playoff again, I'm from Canada. I'm new fans. Sorry for all new questions. No worries at all, because that is still a question I don't actually know the answer to either. They are trying to make up the rounds that they have missed. So pretty much, I believe it would actually be either this week or next week was going to be the playoff games. But because of the way that it has been with the kind of competition getting delayed and games being cancelled, it has meant that they haven't been able to have it run as smoothly as they would have liked. So I believe we're probably going to have about 2 or 3 more weeks, and then we'll have that final semi-final and everything like that kind of in the coming time as well. That's an interesting ad. He's got a bucket on his head with a few balloons attached as well. I'm back as well, says Trav, and also Dane Coles through a rolling ball for the next try, I believe, as well, says Sebastian. That is a very decent shout indeed. And also, do you know where Julian Savia was the last game as well, says Derek. I believe he was missing from their side, if I'm not wrong there, I believe. But he has kind of had a couple weeks off overall, Julian Savia, so I'm not too sure whether or not there was an injury or something behind the scenes that did have him not out there. We have got their false alarm, says Trav, and one of the wingers will score the first try for Canterbury, so that would be either Che Faiaki or Manasa Mataeli, and I feel like Faiaki almost deserves one at this stage, because he's been so close, yet so far away twice at this stage. And we have got Steve Smith as said, be interesting seeing Southern Hemisphere Lions 15 going north to play the best in the Northern Hemisphere. Southern Hemisphere Lions 15 would be brutal. It would indeed. Because I feel like trying to pick that side, I feel like it would be even harder for the coach to be able to pick who to put. Because I guess you still got Argentina in there. And I assume if you were going Argentines, you probably have maybe Julian Montoya or Pablo Matera maybe would be your two real big options for Argentina. And then other than that, I mean, you'd have to try and split it between the Wallabies, the the All Blacks, and also the Springboks as well. Be a very tough side. That is for sure. Shout out Hamilton as well. Says, Dame, welcome into the live stream, mate. I didn't even see him in the subs as well, says Derek. So I assume he would have been having the week off. I believe him and Hussein at the moment are kind of both going for that same position of the right wing side because they have actually got the other option of it is Pipisana Patafilo, who has been kind of holding on to that number 11 jersey. I do a video on a Southern Hemisphere 15. Hamish as well says, Steve Smith, I could do one on Rugby Challenge. Possibly have it play up against the Northern Hemisphere one. Could be an awesome one if you guys are keen for that one as well. We have got there in the chat. It's Luke Parmeter, not Luke Panther as well, says Luke. And also we have got there, do you go to the pub with George as well, says George? Not very often because normally when he is at the pub, I am live streaming or something along those lines. So I believe at the moment he was heading back from Timaru. So I'm not sure whether or not he will be back in time for the second half. But we are currently sitting with only 40 minutes left of this game. And it's going to be a very close one. 20 points to 15 at halftime. Canterbury to come back as well, says Trav. And also we have got there in the chat, Yo fans as well, says Korean said with a new profile picture I do see as well. But now at this stage, the referee making his way out there. He is tying up the pants, and the crowd are giving him a cheer as well. We have got my favorite YouTube. I watch you every day, and I watch you. I assume that is in my spare time as well, says Samuel. So thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciated all the support you guys have been showing. Definitely on these Bunnings NPC live streams because of the fact they are only the New Zealand provincial competition, but I love them so much because of the fact they're pretty much Super Rugby fixtures every single week, and we get 6 or 7 of them normally. We have only had around 4 or 5 for the past few, but it's been very awesome indeed. But now it is going to be back underway, and Wellington will be kicking off to Canterbury for the second half. They're going to be kicking high towards that 22, and it looks like Che Faiaki straight away going to be claiming that one. Almost tackled by Dane Coles, but breaking through the tackle. Sam Smith able to drag him down, though. And at this stage now, Canterbury, they score a try in the very early stages of the second half. We are well and truly on for a high-scoring one. Perhaps both teams could get themselves a bonus point. That's going to be the penalty to Canterbury. I believe it was for not rolling away against Xavier Numia. Cheers, Sebastian. Hope all is well, my bro, as well as Crazy and said, and also hope you're well, Crazy. I love the new avatar, brother. And that chat from Sebastian. And also, we have got there, who you going for? I'm just loving this game, to be honest. I am closer in terms of region to Canterbury, but at this stage, I've just been loving these competitions as well. Drive to Timaru tomorrow. Your day is ready for you. We got about 4 live streams tomorrow, George. We have got the Ramfurley Shield. Also, we will have the match between Taranaki and Otago, and then those ones in the middle of the night as well. She thinks you're handsome. I don't even know too much about her either, George. You haven't really said anything about who she is or what she does or anything along those lines. But now Sam Whitelock going to be passing it back to Drummond. Ramika Poyepi trying to pierce the gap, but dragged down by Smith once again, who is still out on the field for Delaney. So I would assume that he is not going to be returning for this match. But Alex Fidel now trying to jump on the ball. Available for Ollie Jaeger, driving for Dane Coles, dragging him down. Also 25 out now for Canterbury, really starting to get some go forward going. Going to be Fergus Burke now trying to use the back line. Ramika Poyepi trying to step it. He is dragged down by Blackwell. Drummond, 40 metres out here. Good hands from Whitelock. Rush defence there from Vinsaso on his opposite number, McLeod. And they have been able to force them back just a little bit further here. Wellington 5 phases in here. And they are going to be going short side. It's going to be Luke Romano now. Found a beautiful offload. And it opens up the opportunity for Princep to drive forward. 25 out for the Canterbury side. Luke Romano trying to break the tackle of Blackwell once again. And it's going to be almost stolen there by Manasa Matiili. Trying to pierce the way forward. 9 phases in now for Canterbury. And they are really starting to look like this side who could be able to score this try and get back into the lead for the first time, actually, in this match as well. Ollie Jaeger decides to leave it for Josh McCoy, who drives forward, but Duplessis Karefi straight on the ball wins the penalty. And Wellington have been able to survive that one as well. And we else got there. Go get your license tomorrow before I get mine as well, says Luke. And also my favourite team is Canterbury as well. And they're from Trav, and also not many teams this year, says Jane. And damn, I forgot there was a game tonight, says Crazy and hope they do, says Steve Smith a little bit earlier on. And also we have got there, who do you support in the Bunnings NPC? I find it very hard to pick a favourite team. Like, I enjoy watching both of these sides play. Also Tasman, a very good shout to watch. Also Auckland, another team. Hawke's Bay, when they field the Shield, Also a very good one to watch. So it's very hard to just pick one. Unfortunately, I Tiger as well, says John. Also, we have got there in the chat, do you like Black Caps or All Blacks? I like both of them. And the Cricket World Cup coming up very soon as well, which does mean that we might be doing a few of those live streams. They will be in the middle of the night as well, 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. I believe those games are going to be starting. But we will be keen to watch a few of them. James Blackwell taking that one nicely, 40 metres out from their own line here in Wellington. Once again, going to be using that rolling maul that actually set up the try of Duplessis Karefi in the earlier stages of this one. It's going to be fired back once again from Judd to Ruben Love. Straight down the middle of the field, found a bit of space. Manata Mataeli trying to claim that one. It's trying to bounce away from him, but claiming it now with the right hand, trying to break that tackle off those to Josh Mackay, dragged down, and Duplessis Karefi once again jumps in. He's given away another penalty advantage, though. Now Mataeli's got the man with him tackled. Judd was able to drag him down. The ball comes free, Canterbury as well, says Johan. Also, we have got the Oz is going to win cricket, and why are the Devils hour as well, says Wheatleaf Jade. Why at the Devils hour as well? I feel like I read that one wrong the first time, but pretty much it is because it is going to be played in the UAE. So that is why those games are going to be at kind of random times, but they're not as bad as some of those ones for the URC. They are kind of taking place at around 5 or 7 a.m. So we're going to be trying to kind of balance both of them because we're going to be covering those international fixtures of the rugby kind of with the All Blacks and also just all those games. So some nights we may have about 6 or 7 live streams in a row, but it's going to be a pretty awesome experience. That's not going to be an awesome one. For Ramadi just put that ball down, and now it's going to be the scrum for the Wellington side. Once again, we have got there, says Dominic, and also we have got there. I'm literally sweating for Wellington, says Derek. Feel like this one's going to be a very close game because of the fact that all of these ones seem to just go down to the wire for the Bunnings NPC, and it looks like, by the looks of it, James O'Reilly's not too far away. So the big question is, who will they decide to take off? And the big question there is going to be Dane Coles, unfortunately for him, in the number 2 jersey starting this one. Hasn't been able to get himself a try or anything yet, but he had a good line break for Wellington. You're streaming after this week, Leaf Jade. I believe this will be the last one for tonight, but we will hopefully be doing a live stream tomorrow morning and then also tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, and then around kind of that kind of early hours of the morning, about 3 in a row. And then we might even have a Be a Pro live stream on Sunday as well, followed by the Premiership. So we've got about 10 more live streams coming this weekend. There goes my prediction as well, says Sebastian. Also All Black versus Australia later. Says Sweet Left Jabber now. It's going to be Ruben Love pass to the back. Vince Sasso wide lobby pass. Julian Savia pin in the ears back. Wes Hudson going to be chasing hard as well. He's got a bit of toe. It's going to be bouncing awkwardly. But Mackay takes it nicely. Only 5 metres out. I've done well though, Canterbury. Have been able to hang on, or have they? Wes Hudson trying to get that counter ruck. But it is going to be available, and now they are going to be using those forwards, or are they? No, fires are back now. And Fergus Burke, whoa. Duplessis Karefi almost turned into a cannonball there flying at him, but now 20 metres out, and it is going to be Wellington who have got the line-out maul once again, or line-out drive, I should say. So maybe they decide to leave Dane Coles out for just one more moment for that one. And also we have there the Love family from Marlborough as well, a famous rugby family. Says that David Allen going for the All Blacks. Says Strapper now. It's going to be taken nicely. Sam Smith driving his way forward, only going to be 15 metres out. Once again, Duplessis Karefi looking short side, finds the offload. Dane Coles, I should say, with the step as well, very close to the touchline. That looked like he fell over. He might be injured, is he? Dane Coles, no, he has gotten up. I thought for a second he was going to be missing now. Xavier Numia only going to be a metre short. What side did they decide to go to? Richard Judd finds the white ball. Ruben Love, flat ball through the middle. Sam Smith inches from the line, and it's going to be the advantage as well here for Wellington, who is going to be able to put the final blow on this one. It's going to be James. He tries to do the cutout pass, James Blackwell. And they are going back now for the penalty straight out in front. Do they take the tap and go? There's a big question. Try time as well, says Derek. They were very close. Offside, 14 minute Jay Faiaki penalised there. Oh, this is a big decision. This is a huge decision because if they take the 3, they will be 8 points ahead, and I believe that is what they are going to be doing. They want the win before they decide to go for that bonus point. But a nice little flick out pass from Duplessis Karefi got the momentum going forward. Dane Coles tackled by Whitelock. It looked like he fell very awkwardly for at first sight. Canterbury go as well, says Durrell. And also we have got the fly half a fullback. He doesn't really do centre stuff as well, says Sebastian there in the chat. And also we have got the Bonabarish to start at centre for the All Blacks, says Johan. And also, tell you what, the chat is going quick at the moment, but do let me know if you guys haven't already, who is going to score the first try of the second half, the player. Because at the moment, it looked like Wellington, they had all the momentum going forward. James O'Reilly not too far away from making his way out onto the field, but currently, Ruben Love 4 from 4, making it now 5 from 5, and that is going to be now 23 points to 48. There he goes. He's off the field now, Dane Coles. And that is going to be the end of his night. Maybe his last appearance for the Bunnings NPC until he heads north for those matches up against the USA, Wales, Ireland, Italy, and also France. Many matches coming very soon. Also, we have got there, 46 people are watching. It is very impressive. And I'm not sure what our Bunnings NPC record is, but surely it's getting up there. But Pata Filo there with the carry on the 22, and it's still available here for Wellington once again. It looks like Richard Judd is going to be putting this ball up as well. We have got no, says Travis. Also, do you think David Havili needs a haircut, says Derek? I feel like I'm probably not one to comment on haircuts, as mine isn't exactly the best at the moment. But I know that he's got it kind of cut in the shape of the mullet. And if you've got a mullet for the All Blacks, you've got about a 2/3 or about a 66% chance more likely of scoring for that one. Just for some reason, that's kind of the way that the odds have worked out. And that is definitely a stat to look out for in the Northern Hemisphere tour as well. Go Canterbury, says Jane. And also we have got there in the chat from Hassel. Welcome into the live stream, and Joel has a reply to one there. And now Che Faiaki driving forward through the gap offload. Henry Stowers now trying to link up. He's going to be 5 meters out now, straight in there. And Alex Fidel trying to get the ball, but it's going to be stolen. And it's a penalty though. Double blow of the whistle. Someone's going to the bin for Wellington. Never onside. Alex Fidel drags him down, gets the yellow. And now this could be the big change as well. Did you forget my name? Says it, Trav. I did not. I probably ended up just saying the wrong thing at the wrong time because of the fact that it is flying forward. But Dane Coles, he's looking a little bit on edge at the moment. What do Canterbury do? They've gone for the scrum, which does mean if Wellington decide to commit an extra man in, you've got the chance of an overlap in the back line, and maybe could be the try here for Canterbury. But pretty much it was a brilliant run from Che Faiaki. Just pierce the line, offload to Stowers, and he goes fast when he gets the opportunity. Henry Stowers look good for Manu Samoa throughout those ones as well. Which game do you think this will be, or what game do you think will be the most exciting match this weekend? Says Aiden. I think the Ranfurly Shield match tomorrow could be quite a good one. 4:35 p.m. that one is going to be taken off. It's actually the first game, or taking off. I said it as if it's a plane, but kicking off is the better way of putting it. But I feel like that's going to be a very close game. It could only be decided by a few points, perhaps. Tasman, I believe, are almost going to be going in as the favourite, even though they're the underdog, just with the way that they have been playing. And also, people feel that it's been a long time coming for them to get an opportunity. So it's going to be pretty awesome to see whether or not they can get it done. But I believe that it's going to be Whitman now coming off the field, and that will be Tane Plumtree joining back up with the side. If I'm not wrong, then I'm trying to find who is in the number 8 jersey at the moment. But Whitman had a very good game with the defence as well. Vamos Canterbury as well, says Hazel. And also we have got there, this one is mine, says Trav. And also Auckland teams are gone for the season, says Shane. Yeah, I believe they were going to be trying to have about 3 games in a row. It's actually going to be, it's going to be Cowan making his way out there because of the fact that they needed another prop in that front row. So now Wellington, they have got one less player out on the field for the next 10 minutes or so. So it's going to be tough for them. Definitely with Canterbury having the scrum feed here. It could be a massive push. Stowers off the back to Mitchell Drummond is the prediction that I will go with here while we wait for the scrum to take place. Although they've actually got 3 guys down the bottom side. So maybe you go wide to Mateli. I can't decide at this stage, but Mitch Drummond is about to have to because of the fact that he is going to be feeding that ball in now for Canterbury. Only sitting 5 meters out, pretty much straight in front of the posts. Can they get themselves a try here? It's a big push as well. It's starting to go forward. They've got the advantage. Henry Stowers flicks it out the back to Drummond. Bounce past Fergusberg wide. Out to Manasa Mateli. One-on-one defense from Savia. Not able to stop him. And Manasa Mateli scoring the try. And now Canterbury are right back into this match. We will add that one. He scored himself his second of the match as well. There we go. We'll add that one. There we go. And now Manasa Mateli picking up his second one as well. We have got the, I think that probs, top 3, 4, or 2 will win the grand final as well. So Sweet Levin also, says Trav. And also we have got there, which game do you think will be the most exciting game this weekend? I'd say it will be that Ranfurly Shield contest. If I had to have a bit of a guess there. And favourite New Zealand player, that is a tough one to decide on just one player. I love watching all these Bunnings NPC, also all the Super Rugby sides going at it. And I feel like favourite players are very tough one, but do let me know in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, who is your favourite player. But now we can see here Canterbury sitting on 20 points with a kick to come here for Fergus Burke, currently sitting 2 from 3 so far, but 7.5 minutes left of that yellow card. Could it be a crucial blow for Wellington in this one? Isn't there a Shield game this weekend? There is indeed. It is going to be Tasman playing Hawke's Bay, and that is going to be 4:35 p.m. tomorrow. And then also we have got the Otago versus Taranaki will be the later stage of that one. He struck it well there, Fergus Burke, straight down the middle as well. So now the score is going to be 22 to Canterbury 23 to Wellington. But these are the fixtures. Also Southland playing Manawatu is another one, but it was a pass out wide. Fergus Burke, one-on-one, Manasa Mataeli and Julian Savi. He's always going to be able to run over the top of them, unfortunately, because he is just an absolute powerhouse. And he just didn't quite have enough space there, Savia, to be able to get too much going near the touchline. But it's going to be an interesting last few moments. Artie is the greatest as well, says Derek. And also favourite player, Tamaiti Williams. Says Smithy Jordan Otago versus Taranaki. Looks exciting. Yeah, it's an undefeated Taranaki side. The only side that hasn't lost a game in the Bunnings NPC is going to be getting an opportunity up against Otago, who have been struggling. But I feel like that's that fighting spirit of Otago that could counter and come back. And now it's going to be a backline movement here for Canterbury once again. Dragged down in the end. It was the number 7, I believe it was, Callow, to get the carry there, Corey Callow. But now Brody McAllister tackled by James O'Reilly, the man who's only just come on the field for Dane Coles. Drummond going short side here. Going to be Sam Whitelock dragged down once again. Now Drummond looking like he was going to set up for the kick, and it looks like Manasa Mataeli going to have to chase this one. Going high. He's been tripped there. He has gone down. Instead now taken beautifully by Ruben Love. Run straight at Duplessis Karefi, and it's going to be, unfortunately, obstruction, which does mean that it will be the scrum feed for Canterbury. Once again, we have got there Rishi Moonga, says David, in 22-23, and also a lot of close games lately. Makes for an exciting final 10 minutes, says Steve Smith. It does indeed. And it's an interesting one because that first game of the Ranfurly Shield, or that first Ranfurly Shield match that we saw between Hawke's Bay and Bay of Plenty, it went to Golden Point. And then a game in the later stages of the next round actually went to Golden Point as well with Canterbury and Southland. So I feel like these games are slowly just closing the gaps in terms of the points differential and also in terms of who are winning these games. I believe last week was the round of upsets. If Canterbury win this game, they are actually the underdog going into this game. I'm not sure whether or not that would still be the case now with the fact that they have got the man advantage and all of the momentum in their favour. We have also got the I don't know much. I'm from Sus as well, or I assume that it's Oz. And I usually watch League as well, says Raven. I'm also surprised Malcolm Marks didn't start in any games of the Rugby Championship, says Aiden, but now it's going to be almost an advantage as it is for Canterbury once again using their backline. It's going to be Josh Mackay with the step, breaking through, not able to find the offload there. Still going to be available advantage, still in the favour of the Canterbury side. Duplessis Karefi getting in there. He would have been able to steal the ball, but instead now they are going back for the penalty to Canterbury once again. But yeah, Malcolm Marks, they seem to love using him as their impact player. And it will be interesting to see whether they do the same up against the likes of an England or I believe they are, I want to say they're playing France, but I could be wrong in that regard. But they have got a couple of big matches up in the Northern Hemisphere in the later stages of Springboks as well. Favourite Kiwi player, Ma'anonu, for the past, and TJ Perenara present, and then Sam Whitelock Jr. for the future as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, at this stage, I mean, the way that Sam Whitelock's going, he'll probably still be playing when Sam Whitelock Jr. gets an opportunity as well. We have got their comment. If you're also a Kiwi, says Derek, and also from Invercargill, says Shane, and also when would I become a moderator, says Henry Samuel, when we need our next kind of ones added in, which may be in a few months' time. We haven't actually had moderators up till this point, so we've got a little bit of a test period in that regard. And so far, they are doing a very good job. And now it's going to be Mitch Drummond claiming that ball. It's an awkward pass in the end for Drummond, but now Manasa Mataeli 40 metres out here for Canterbury. And they have still got the man advantage for the next 4 minutes. Go short, Ollie Yeager dropping the ball, and it's an advantage. And now it is going to be the scrum feed for Wellington. Once again, we have got there in the chat as well. We have got Otago is winning the game, says Trevor, and also there. I am 86 overall in the goalkeeper career mode in FIFA 22, says Henry Samus. You have been flying up. I believe they've only added out for around a week or so, if I'm not wrong there, but now the subs are going to be taking place, and it is going to be now the number 17 coming on the field for Daniel Leonard Brown. So I believe, if I'm not wrong, that will be Finley Brewis getting an opportunity in the front row. And also we have got there my favourite FIFA game is FIFA 12 and 16. And also we have got there, if I watch heaps of your streams, can I be a mod as well? Says Trav. All of the mods that we have got at the moment are actually people who have been tuning in for a lot of streams in the past. So I feel like that's kind of the easiest way of doing it because of the fact that you guys kind of get to learn the community alongside us as well. But Peter Umaga Jensen at the moment, he is down, which does not look too good. Daniel Leonard Brown, he's got a big smile on his face at the moment by the looks of it. But Peter Umaga Jensen, he does not have much of a smile. He scored the first try of the match. And then Duplessis Karefi scoring the second for Wellington. 3 tries so far for Canterbury. Manasa Mataeli getting a double. And then Josh Mackay able to get himself one in the 36 as well. Are you doing Shield game as well, Shane? We are indeed. We are going to be covering it at 4:30 p.m. tomorrow. We are going to be watching that match and doing the live commentary for it. And then we are going to be doing the game between Otago and Taranaki straight after that one as well. Can you name one NBA player, says Derek. See, I feel like I could easily name one, but then I feel like whoever I say might judge what type of NBA kind of person I am. So I guess I could either go with LeBron James or maybe I'll go LeBron James, but then that makes it seem like I know absolutely nothing, and that would be correct as well. We have got the Go Crusaders, go CSD, and also we have got there. That was a great Canterbury conversion, says David W. Yeah, the kick from the sideline for Fergus Burke. He can strike a ball well. He has only missed the one so far in this match, but it was also a pretty tough kick as well. But now it is going to be going back once again, and it's available for Wellington to use their back line. It's going to be Wes Horson with the step on the inside, dragged down in the end by Ramika Poiepi. And it's going to be the penalty to Canterbury for the player leaving the field. I believe it was Vinsasso who went in on the angle, and now this is a kickable 3 for Canterbury. Do they decide to take it? Are you doing the Shield game? Says Shane Hayes. I am indeed. The Renfrew Shield match, like I mentioned, 4:30 tomorrow is going to be when that one is taking place. Go Wellington as well, says Tim. And also we have got there, go Canterbury, go boys, says Tian there. But now they are going for the corner here, Canterbury. They've decided rather than taking on the 3, they want to try and get themselves one more try, because if they do, they get a bonus point going into this game, no matter the result. And my favorite, my rugby player, at 80 overall. So yeah, been flying up. I believe I am still only rated about 70 at the moment. Go Canterbury, go boys, says Tian as well. But now it is going to be thrown in once again by Brody McAllister, claimed by Whitelock, march and forward out. It's going to be in the hands of Callow, I believe, at the front. Can he fire this one back? It's going to be dragged down, only about 2 meters short here. Who wants it? It looks like Drummond's going short side, passes it wide, and Jay Fayaki scores the try. He deserved one. He's had 2 very close opportunities, but now this time he has been able to score it, and that kick for the corner was the right option. They have now got themselves at least a bonus point, and now they are going to be taking the lead as well. 27 points to the 3, and they have got that bonus point, like I mentioned, which could be crucial in the later stages of the competition, but we will add that one to the try scorers list. This list is getting long at the moment. We have had 6 tries throughout this match, 1 double for Manasa Mateli, and also we have got there, let's go, says H. Wales, and also we have got there, where's Northland going to be based, says Shane. At this stage, I don't think they have confirmed, but I believe they will be leaving Northland for the sake of, pretty much being able to play their games, as they are in a playoff position at the moment, so they wouldn't really want to give that up, I wouldn't think. But then if they can't get out of Northland before midnight, then they won't be able to play too much in the coming weeks. We have also got the Go Canterbury Go Boys as well, says Tian. Also thinking of the NBA is making me think of Space Jam with Michael Jordan as well. Who would have thought you become a billionaire playing basketball as well, says Steve. Yeah, I mean, if you are good enough, I don't know who is the most well-paid kind of rugby player of all time. I don't actually know the answer to that one, but I know that at the moment, Finn Russell was going to have a huge contract heading to Japan if he did end up going from, it was Racing 92, but instead decided to stick around. But Fergus Burke there once again with the kick. He struck it well just away to the left, though, so the score will remain with only 5 points difference, 4 points difference there. Try time for Canterbury, and Go Canterbury, says Johan. And also, we have got there, I reckon, says David. And also, as Stuart Lancaster working with Leinster now, says Johan. Not too sure about that one. Sorry, mate. And also, we have got there, okay, I've only played a week as well, says Trav. And also, we have got there, hi, Kiwi lad. What's your thought on both Patrick Tuipulotu and Scott Barrett returning back to New Zealand from Australia and won't be in America on October the 24th? Will be a little bit of a hit to them, because I guess when you think about it, those guys, I guess they can really cover 4 and 5, both of them. So they have got Josh Law going in there, but I assume that Tupavai will get a little bit more of an opportunity. They will still have Retallick, and also they will have Whitelock returning. So they've still got decent stocks in the locks, but they couldn't afford an injury. Speaking of injuries, Xavier Numia once again holding that knee that he did have a few problems with a little bit earlier on in the match as well. Go Canterbury as well, says Johan. And also, we have got there, Wellington need to wake up, says Luke. Yeah, unfortunately for them, their yellow card has just cost them, but now only going to be 20 metres out, and it's going to be Pepesana Patafila running sideways here, trying to find his way through, but a big mistake there from the kick for Canterbury, and now it does mean that the opportunity for Wellington is wide open. Xavier Numia now passes it back. Ruben Love drops the ball, though. And that is a big moment for them. Unfortunately, that was going to be the perfect opportunity to go for that counter-attack. What is happening as well, says H-Well, and Boo Canterbury, says Derek. And also, Yago Canterbury, says Katie Dixon. And the thing is, thing with the British, their fly-halves almost never kick or never miss kicks, like Finn Russell as well, says Johan. Also, we have got there as Michael Hooper. Come on, yet not yet at this stage. Must still be waiting. We've had a couple injuries in the loose forward trio as well. So, yeah, he's still going to be missing out, unfortunately, for him in this one. Just doesn't quite. What team does he actually, I was going to say, does he have a kind of provincial team rather than his Super Rugby team? I assume it is one of the Shield ones. I'm at your house, says George as well. And Caleb, Canterbury are a good team as well. And also Richard McCall, please come back, says Aiden. And if I could, I would donate $500, as also said Henry Samuel. And that is actually appreciated. I do know that at the end of the day, these ones, we always try and provide them for kind of that free commentary alternative. But yeah, we do appreciate all the support. Even if it's just leaving a like or subscribing to the channel, it does help us out a huge amount. He plays for Australia as well, says Derek. I know that he plays for the Wallabies, but does he have a provincial side? Because I know he plays for the Waratahs in Super Rugby and also been playing a little bit in Japan. So whether or not he does have kind of that provincial roots side that he's come from, I'm not too sure about that one. But now they are showing Tame Plumtree is actually on the side of the scrum, and I believe that is actually going to be replacing Duplessis Karifi. Oh, no, he's moved to 8, so that will be Whitman now, who has made his way off there. He's just on the phone with St. Peter as well, says the David Ava, and yeah, come back, Richie. And the chat says Johanna also played for Manly Marlins in the Shoot Shield as well. Thank you very much, Luke, for that bit of information. But George has said that he's outside. Is he going to be coming in, or is he just going to sit outside? We'll have to wait and see. And also, we have there. I can see you, says George. It's dark. I can't see you, mate, if you are outside that window. And also, we have got there. Thanks, David. I was getting worried. And also, we have got there. You come back, Richie. But there was a big push there. Too much movement in the scrum, which does mean now that it is going to be a scrum reset. Canterbury still with this one, 20 metres out from their own line. We hear the knock on the window. We can't really see him, unfortunately, but he is out there, George, so he will be joining me for the later stages of this one as well. We have got there. What NPC games are you doing this weekend? We are going to be covering both of the games tomorrow, which is the Ramfurly Shield match that has taken place between, it will be Hawke's Bay and also Tasman. And then the game after that, Taranaki playing Otago. I believe those are the two that we will be doing. I'll hopefully, I don't know whether or not I will get the Southland versus Manawatu game because of the fact that sadly we won't be able to get that one with the kind of times that the other games are taking place as well. But I am currently typing out the scoreboard, and that is going to be the penalty to Canterbury after that scrum as well. George is still at the window, but they can't really see, unfortunately. The camera's not quite in the right place. He's just sitting out there in the dark, but you guys couldn't actually see him because of the reflection on the window as well. But he is going to be coming inside, so that is why I am getting the scoreboard up as well. We have got there Finn. Should have been the Lions fly half, in my opinion. Dan Bigger was boring, no creativity, and Owen Farrell was underrated, and Dan Carter has come back as well, says Dan. Also, we have got there in the chat, I got the carry-out bag. I got the carry-out bag for you, hopefully, Hamish, as well, says Steve Smith. And also, we have got there Jensen Hamish, the man inside. He has his flaws, but he's still a Kiwi lad, says Sebastian. The thing is, the back door is open, so he was knocking for about a minute straight, but he was probably able to just get in if he went to the back door. I'm kind of moving myself over. We've got cables everywhere at the moment, unfortunately, due to the filming that we have been doing a little bit earlier on. I'm kind of disappearing at the moment. I am still here. I'm just kind of hiding. But now we will move him as well. Oh, what happened there? How are you? No, it's not George yet. Kieran fell over. Hello, how are you? I'm trying to get you a chair, but I can't quite reach, unfortunately. It's going to be a line out for Canterbury. They have taken the lead, 27 points to the 23 as well. At this stage where we have got their chickens, George sitting in front of yard, or sitting in the front yard, just eating chicken in the dark as cars drive past, but now it's going to be in the hands of Pipisana Patafilo. Once again, getting a carry here. Yeah, going good. I'll have to change my microphone as well, I believe, in the shorter moment. So now it's going to be Peter Umunga. Jensen tries to find the offload, and it's going back into the hands now of Ruben Love down the blind side. Quickly going to move this one over here as well. And also, hello, George. You are God as well, says Trav. Okay, we have got also we have got there. Hurry up, George. Says that David Abbott. Also, we have got there as Napier near Hawke's Bay. They are indeed, I believe, somewhere around that region as well. Right, I am going to quickly, hopefully, be able to do this while we're kind of halfway in between. I believe they still can't hear you. Is this legal? As well, says Henry. I assume so. George, because I let him in, I assume you're not trespassing, are you? You're not going to rob me? Yeah, good. Right, I'll quickly change over to this one as well. We go audio, and we will have to quickly we'll go to the default. There we go. We should be on this microphone now, if I'm not wrong. And also we have got there in the NRC, Michael Hooper played for Sydney Rays, but they don't exist anymore as well. Says Luke. And also we have got the evening George, says Sebastian. And also we have got there because it is level 2. We are actually inside each other's bubbles, believe it or not, which does save us in that regard because of the fact that our family's quite close, aren't they?
Yeah.
Get along like a house on fire. But now, me. But now passing it back, Julian Sarby on the bus. White ball. It's a rough pass, but it was taken nicely by Aidan Morgan. Bounces back up to his feet.
How's old Julian getting on? Is he?
He said it all right, games. Oh, Fiona dropping the ball. He hasn't really had too many opportunities.
Can't hear anything.
Unfortunately, yeah, I have still got to plug in all the other headsets as well while we are waiting. One moment, I got to quickly.
So it's a pretty even game.
It's gone unorthodox.
It's a pretty uneven game.
Uneven or even?
Uneven game. Both bonus points.
So pretty much bonus point for Wellington for being within 7, and then bonus point for Canterbury for scoring 4 or more tries. We have got a George emoji in the chat from C. Smith as well. We have got there South Islanders level 2. Says no moment. Also we have got there Tasman to win Shield tomorrow. Says Shane, and also we have got there George from Katie Dixon in the chat as well.
True, Katie.
Right, we will find. I need to find that little attachment maneuver thingamabob. Just quickly, if you plug yours into this one.
Yep.
I'll let you have that one. Yep. Nice one. And now plug this one in as well. But now it's going to be the scrum. Luckily, we've had a few stoppages while we have been stopping. Can you hear it now?
Yep. Okay. I can hear it now. The ref's yelling at people.
And there we have it's got there. George is like, he's won a Friday night raffle at the pub after happy hour.
We're having KFC.
Yeah.
I don't order too much KFC.
Ooh, did you?
Yeah. I went to night day as well. I got a chocolate mousse.
Nice.
Really good. That guy's down.
Josh Mackay, I believe that is. And that is not good news because he is actually heading to Glasgow for the URC in the later stages. But on the 22 at the moment, it's going to be Canterbury once again. The replacement 21, Jonathan Kitto, trying to pass the ball back in Wellington. Win themselves a penalty once again. Canterbury was 17-0 down. It's all good. Come back. Good. It's all good. Come back, George. And you missed it, brother, as well. And Whitelock down as well.
I was watching it all in the KFC drive-through. Don't worry about it. Ran over some people, but it's not a problem.
Not a problem at all. I'd like to see Dan Carter must come back to the All Blacks in Indiana and Julian Savia as well. Says Dan, and also we have got there.
Carter works for the Chemist Warehouse.
He does indeed. In the middle of our street, as they say, and also we have got there. They're out there actually as well. Says Katie Dixon. But now that does not look good for Josh Mackay, and you got to feel bad for him because he had a very good game so far, but unfortunately just hadn't quite been able to get it going. George, you get a zinger box, mate?
No. I
What'd
got a ultimate burger meal and an 8-pack of wiggle wings.
Jeez, that's an effort, isn't it?
And some mousse from night and day. I don't tend to do things just the halfway. I'm like, hey, you go all the way to Timbuktu for KFC, you get it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a Friday night. Why not? Go all out.
Yeah.
You only live the one time. You have Fridays every weekend, so.
Yeah, we have got the nowhere to watch the rugby then as well. Says Steve Smith, also we have got the yes. I also see that Dan Carter must come back and Julian Savia, Henry Danger must come back to the All Blacks as well. And also we have got there. Who's your favourite All Black of all time, Kiwi lads? It's a tough one.
Yeah.
All time's tough. I mean, Dan Carter, you'd say, did very well in terms of just having that number 10 jersey for a very long time.
Julian Savia, when he was really good, was one of those players where it was like he could just do stuff and you're just like, oh, he just did that. He'd just be out there doing stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As well as Israel Dag, he was another one who would literally win games on his own, you know, for the Crusaders. Yeah. But now Richie Mo'unga will be right up there.
Exactly. You're right, Peter Umaga. Jetson trying to pierce the gap, currently only about 40 metres out from their own line here, Wellington. Dominic Bird fires it back. Ruben Love almost a little bit high, but was ducking into it. Judd once again going short side the other side against making the change of Connor Collins yet. He might be not too far away as well. We also got the answer that the old NRL para left nine worlds of sport, sorry. Says Trevor. Also, we have got the Wikawinchi called it Hamish. I did a David Julian Savia chip in behind, kicked down on the full.
He needs to run it. You know, I want to see Julian Savia run that.
He got run over by Manasa Matili earlier on in the match, and it did lead to a try.
He just seems to just not run it. He could have ran there. Full speed, he would have made some ground.
Yeah, 12 minutes left as well. They've got to really dig in deep for Wellington in the late stage. We have got there Israel Dag. Says Cody Dixon also bring Dan Carter back, says Shane. And also we have got there who's your favourite rugby players of all time? Hamish and George as well, says Aiden. So I feel like, favourite rugby player of all time. I'm going to say Dan Carter just because I remember playing him on Rugby 08 or playing as him.
I always really
he just had a big boot.
Manu Tuolungi, but he's sort of broken.
He is a bit broken at the moment.
I saw a thing on Facebook earlier. One more injury for old Manu in his retirement. That's it. He's apparently same as the guy for Sam Cane. Apparently someone has said one more big injury and he's done as well.
But now at this stage, Canterbury got this ball 35 metres out. It's going to be Kitto once again going back across to Sam Whitelock. breaking the line as well, Big Sam, but dragged down by James Blackwell. Kiddo once again going to the short side. Sheila Klein offloading back. Nice little offload as well. And now it is going to be driving forward. I believe it was Brewis to have the opportunity there. And, Tane Plumtree just ripping it away on the breakdown. Duplessis Karefi puts it on the boot, kicks it towards the touchline, and that one is going out. That's actually a very good kick from a number 7 to get the pressure off, as well as Manatualangi from Tonga as well, says Johan.
No, Samoa.
Samoa? Yeah. Let's go there. What did you think of the NRL Grand Final? I thought it was a very good game with how close it was, right down to the wire. And also we have got I like to see all the players. I like to see that all players must come back to the all the time, but so then the All Blacks must become strong again. But I like the All Blacks, and let's go boys. Let's go Canterbury as well from T in there as well. But yeah, at this stage, I know that quite a few players, the likes of, Julian Savia, people didn't think they were going to see him in New Zealand again. No. And also maybe even a Waisaki Naholo. They didn't really expect to see him come back.
His wife lost his shit at Mahorad Borjadale.
Right.
the Toulon rugby owner. So they had a big old fallout. So I'm surprised he came back. I think he wants a good crack at the All Blacks again, but it doesn't really seem like.
With the likes of all those young players coming through as well, and they are finally taking off Xavier Numia. He's had about 3 little injuries throughout this match, so hopefully he hasn't got anything too serious. And we have got there Dan Carter as a legend, says David David. And also bring Dan Carter, Richie McCaw, and Martin Nonu back, says Sebastian. Also, how long's left in the match, and what are the chances of Wellington coming back and taking a win? At this stage, we are sitting with 10 minutes left in this game. There's only a 4-point difference, so I would say I'd say that they've got a decent chance. They just need to try and get some go forward going, because at the moment they keep on making those little mistakes that cost them the ball. And you can't really afford to give Canterbury the ball too much in the last 10 minutes of a game because of the fact that they will just make you pay. My voice is already struggling.
I reckon the Holo will be going back to the Highlanders. He put up Instagram stories of him and Deneen the other day. So he'll be talking to them.
Is that why he's not playing in this game?
Maybe. Maybe he's down there signing contracts with the Highlanders.
Who knows? Maybe.
His family's all down there, I think. Dunedin.
And they do love themselves a Waisaki Naholo chant down at Forsyth Bar, don't they?
Shut up.
Still available.
Did they even try to do that at the London Irish? I don't think they did.
I don't think they cared enough for him to, because he didn't really get too many opportunities, did he?
They're like, London Irish. Waisaki, why are you leaving? Well, they didn't do the thing.
Beautiful run there. And now it's going to be Kito. He's got the man with his steps inside instead and didn't quite find the link up with Bunavai, almost Sam Smith's ball, but not quite able to get it there. Now Canterbury once again going to be about 30 metres out. It's going to be passed back. Out the back line now, Fergus Burke. Ramika Poyabi out to Britzini. Loose ball for Jay Faiaki. Rush defence on him. And he has dragged down in the end, I believe. That was by Aidan Morgan. Going back across once again. It's going to be to Britzini. I didn't actually realise how tall that man is. How tall is he?
Oh, I don't know.
Britzini. He looks like he's about 6'4" or something, at least at the back. He's taller almost than Whitelock. And he is a back, but now it's going to be going back once again for Canterbury, still sitting that 40 metres out. Driving forward to watch Gilo Klein getting another carry. Britzini passes it back across field. Finley Brewis getting another carry. And at the moment, 8 phases in. It's an advantage against Tane Plumtree, and that would put the points differential out to 7 points. Jay Faiaki very close to the touchline, backing himself offload on the inside now.
Good ground.
They'll have to make probably around 5 or 10 more metres for them to lose that advantage. Gilo Klein passes it back once again. Fergus Berg now rush to Frentz. It's opening up the kick in behind here. And if they don't retain this one, which they have not, it's going back. And this will make it a 7-point game if he gets this kick, which could lead to golden point, depending on how it goes as well. If Waisaki comes back to the Landers, it would be awesome as well from Rugby in the chat. Rugby Origin. Well, that's how close the table was.
My boy.
That's Manatualangi has been a threat for the All Blacks for quite a while as well. And come on, score, says Steve Smith. And at this stage, it looks like they are going to be taking on the 3 points. So if it stays the way that it is, they will get the bonus point and they would get the win, and they would move up onto 18 points, tied with Tasman, who have that big shield contest tomorrow for the Ramphilly Shield as well. Can you read my message as well, says Brandon? I feel like I probably missed one as well. I missed it quite a wee while as well. We have got there. Did you tell him? Can we make video as well? Says Brandon there. I did try saying it a little bit earlier on, but I'll probably have to try again a little bit later on. But now it is going to be Fergus Burke. 3 from 5 so far tonight, but one of those kicks was a very good one from the touchline. And go Canterbury, says Johan. And also we have got there And the chat, Guapo the alligator needs to be the next emoji
Guapo.
as well.
Get out of it,
Guapo. He's got that one. So now the score is going to
God.
move to 30 points to Canterbury and 23 for Wellington. Surely we don't see a golden point.
Surely that's an unachievable lead. Surely that would be one where Wellington are like, I don't know if there's much I can do with that, if I'm honest.
They just need that converted try. Is Tony Brown still the coach of the Highlanders? Oh, is he, or has he gone to his Japanese club?
Isn't he a Japanese international?
I believe so.
Coach, and then he was a Japanese club, then the Highlanders, and then he was sharing between the Highlanders and the Japanese international side, and then he was like, no, I don't know. I don't know.
So back now once again on the 22 Canterbury. They need to go up the field by about 78 metres or so. Looks like he's kicking it here. Going to be kicked high by Jonathan Kitto. Going just into the half. Can't make the mistake here. It's going to be taken nicely there by Aidan Morgan. Now dragged down. Look at that man right in there. It was going to be almost stolen for Natunani Putavai. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong Putavai. It's actually, if I'm not wrong, it's Ramika Poya, but I got that around the wrong way. They have still got this ball here for Wellington. It's an advantage as well, so they will be able to kick this one downfield if they get the chance. Julian Savia with the step as well, breaking through tackles, bouncing off the chest of Duplessis Karefi, and now it's going back on the field for the penalty. No, we need a Hamish emoji since we have a George as well. Yeah, that is true. I still need to get that picture so that I can have it of me frozen as an emoji. Perhaps we can get that ready. I would say next weekend I can guarantee you that we will have that emoji up and running because we have still got that 100th one at this stage as well. Hi, Hamish, George, and Katie Dixon as well as Victor. Also, we have got there as well. George is always wearing the same jacket, or has he got any other jackets? He's got the sponsor, or no, it's not really a sponsorship, but his name, just in case anyone forgets it. Stuart. Yeah.
Scotland.
Scotland. Was that your Scottish accent?
It's from Scotland.
Is it?
Stuart. They make trailers.
Good trailers?
Pretty good trailers.
Pretty good trailers?
Pretty good suspension systems in them. They're quite good.
Quite good. James O'Reilly going for the front here. It's going to be offloaded. James O'Reilly now looking for the offload. That's very good hands in the end, but he has gone into touch. Good defense there from Canterbury. We have got Cool SIC Smith, and also can everyone please consider subscribing to me and Hamish. As I said, Derek, and also we have got the
players from your hometown. Sam Whitelock lived down the road. No. I don't know the squad.
I don't believe so. I don't think we've got any Wymos.
No, he's injured. That one from Timaru Boys.
Oh, Cullen Grace? Yeah, no, he's currently... He's probably the closest, I would say. We have got there. In the chat, my favourite player is Dan Carter, says Dan, and also are the All Blacks heading to the USA now? I believe they are very close to heading over there. I think they're still kind of having a bit of a party with the NRL ones. Yeah. If I'm not wrong. I saw Kiriwani hanging out.
Bodenberg put up golf on his Insta.
Yeah, so they're just having some fun.
Australia somewhere, so...
Around the side once again here for Canterbury. There's still only 4.5 minutes left in this one. I heard rumours of Lima Sopawanga returning to the Highlanders.
He's in France, isn't he? He's in like Clermont or something. He left the Wasps.
He did actually.
Yeah, no, he's another player that just really has not hit the spot since he's gone over to Europe. He just, Butterfingers, man, he just doesn't know what to do. It's a completely different style.
Because I guess for the Highlanders, with them losing Josh Ioane as well, it kind of opens up that thing of, spare spot at number 10.
They will. I wouldn't be surprised if they're making a big push to get him back.
And Finley Brewis now coming back off the field, and that's going to be Daniel Leonard-Brown making his way back out there. So perhaps a head knock. We have got how many minutes left at this stage? There is 4 minutes left, and it's going to be Wellington's ball 45 metres out from the Canterbury line. Duplessis Karefi steamrolling forward.
Though, wasn't it?
I believe it was Mitch Gibson who was able to make the tackle there, going short side there once again. Now selling the dummy, the little number 21. It is going to be Connor Collins trying to link up points. The offload to Alex Fido. And they are going to be, tell you what, he's still going, Alex Fido, trying to reach out and meet a short here. And Wellington, can they get themselves a try? Are we going a golden point? Vincenzo drives himself forward, but gets driven backwards in the tackle as well. Still available, it's a penalty. Do you take the quick tap here?
We have to.
We do. Munga Jensen having a bit of a
they're
cuddle.
All angry at each other.
With Daniel Leonard-Brown.
Bit rude.
And now everyone else going in there.
Someone throw some hands.
Look at there. Yes, Josh has left the Highlanders. Too many parties as well. So Shane, he's gone to the Chiefs now, I believe. And also we have got the doing good things. Izzy's just your crush stopper as well. He can go back as just your crush stopper. He can go back as coach. Since Victor as well. And also we have got there in the chat, yes, we have got the get out of lockdown on Monday after being in lockdown for 4 months as well, says Luke. So hopefully it will continue to keep on going down. Come on, Canterbury, don't let them over as well, says Jan. And also yes, he is. And do you know if Josh Ioane is related to Akira and Rico? I know he's not their brother, but someone, I believe they've said that he's their cousin as well. I think I did that one a little bit earlier on. We'll have to try and find it.
Said, can you read my message?
Oh, it was the one earlier on how he said, can we make a video at your question as well? At the stage now, over the top, it's going to be Alex Fidel. Driving 4-5 meters out now. And it's still available for the Wellingtonians side. The Lions, can they get their way over? PJ Sheck getting a carry. Whitelock, can he use any of his experience to get a turnover here when it matters? Will be a kickable penalty, a kickable try conversion if he gets the Whitelock. Oh, almost an RKO on Whitelock there. But now once again, Duplessis Karefi, the captain of Wellington, is bouncing out the side, going back once again here. Peter Umaga Jensen dragged down by an Ethan Blackett, a lookalike, and Liam Allen. Still available. 2 minutes left in this game now. It's going to be James O'Reilly driving his way forward. Once again, James Blackwell. Another James getting the carry. It's available here for Wellington. They need to make sure they don't make any mistakes here. Vince Sarson now trying to drive his way forward. Good defence so far from Canterbury.
That's right.
10 phases in. PJ Sheck. Another carry available there. Has he got his hands on the ball for Canterbury? I believe he did. Oh, that was very close to being the penalty. But now Ruben Love. Pass it back, Tane Plumtree scored 3 tries in the opening round of the Bunnings NPC. Round the side once again, Alex Fidel trying to fend off. He's going to be dragged down though. The ball is available here for Wellington. 13 phases in. Duplessis Karefi just getting spun around.
Going anywhere, are they?
Not at this stage, but looks like they're about to open up the back line. Peter Umaga Jensen decides against the offload. Still available now. 1 minute left in this game now.
We are going
it's going to be a pierce and go there for Ruben Love over the ball for Liam Allen, almost considering going for it. James Blackwell once again. We're up to 17 phases of non-stop defence. Alex Fidel around the side offload as well. 10 metres short here for Wellington. Oh, was that a knock on? No, he just had fingertips on it there. For Peter Umaga Jensen. Allen once again trying to get in there. It's an advantage. It's an advantage, Julian Savia. Just short of the line, 1 metre now. James O'Reilly getting close. If they score now, we're going to golden point. But if they do not, Canterbury might be able to hold on, but they still have that advantage against them. Firing it back, 23 phases in now. It's a step from the number 22, Aidan Morgan. Offloads it back, Wes Hudson up the middle of the field. Metres from the line, still for Wellington. 23 phases in. Is it the most we've had for the Bunnings NPC so far?
Minute, they've lost the game.
No, they have not. They are very close because of the fact if they get this one and they score, they will be able to get the conversion and we will be going to golden point. Metre, inches from the line there for Wellington. Once again, I will read the chat in a very short moment. It's an advantage now. No, it's not. The referee's just got his arm out for no reason. Round the side, he's driving. Still short. 26 phases now. Can they get over the line?
God, they'll be exhausted. No.
They're going back for the penalty.
Oh, my God. What one?
Double blow of the whistle. Someone's going to the bin for Canterbury as well.
No,
Luke Romano is going off the field for the time of the yellow card, which he is not going to be returning, I don't believe.
Look at them.
The big thing
we didn't
here,
do that right, did we? We kicked it back and they ran at us.
They're taking the quick tap here for Wellington. The thing is, you give the momentum to Wellington at the moment if it went to golden point, because the fact that they have not been defending for about 20 straight phases, almost a juggle there. But Dominic Bird
came off the line.
Taking the carry. Still going short side. PJ Sheck driving forward. Once again, they are going to be only a metre and a bit away from the line. Oh, Duplessis Karefi, the captain. Very close. Round the side, Alex Fidel scores and we're going to golden point. Ladies and gentlemen. There we go. We're going to add that one. And it's going to be 30-30 at this stage. Alex Fidel, the big prop, being able to score that one. And now golden point is going to be upon us. You'd say that the momentum is starting.
Do we like Canterbury?
You're from Canterbury, aren't you?
Yeah, but do we like Canterbury? Like, we're Crusaders fans, but do we like Canterbury?
Crusaders fan, but
you're a Crusaders fan.
Nah,
what are you?
But I'm partial, mate. You know, but 80th minute, Alex Fidel scores the try. We move on, and now at this stage, it's a try as well from Sebastian. Try time as well in there as well. And tell you what, at this stage, it seems like we're going to golden point for the third time. Canterbury, the second time this season.
If he gets it, it might really break his ankles or something. I don't know.
I thought, he's taking it back a little way. It's not actually the give and get. He's taking it quite far back. I'm going to take those 2 points back just for now. No, if he misses this one, Canterbury win by 2 points. If he gets it, we're going to golden point.
He should
for
get
the
it.
third time. I
Let's
like Canterbury.
His career's on the line here.
And also we have the assault the highlights on the All Blacks channel after the stream as well. So Sebastian, right, Ruben Love. He's had a very good kicking day so far. I believe he's actually sitting about 5 from 5 or 6 from 6. Kicked it. He's got it.
They wait a while. The flags up.
We're going to golden point for not only the second time of the Bunnings NPC, the third.
It's like that was horrifying.
So this will be.
Looks like I'm getting too old for this upper cuff, guys. This isn't okay with me. I wanted to be home by now.
This will be though where his experience comes into it.
I wanted to be in bed. Okay, cuddled up.
The rules here: 10 minutes of extra time. First team to score any points wins. If no result after 10 minutes, the match is going to be a draw. So at this stage, both sides have got themselves 2 points.
I don't like draws.
3 points actually for Canterbury. So they've got 3 going into this golden point. If it stayed as a draw at the end, but they could easily lose 2 of those.
Canterbury are going to do? You reckon they're going to go, well, I'm happy with a draw? What do you think they're going to go?
No.
We need a win.
I'll show you the table because I feel like at this stage, it's kind of whether or not you got a home final or anything along those lines. So as you can see here, Canterbury, they were sitting on 13 points going into this match. Wellington sitting on 11, so they will be going for nothing less than I win. Julian Savia.
Savia's like, I'm old as well, so I want to go home. So Sam said the same thing. So.
And also, how many golden point games are there going to be as well? The weird thing is we had a few rounds where we didn't have any, and now all of a sudden it's just happening over and over.
Ruben Lovers hooking into them.
It's Hawke's Bay versus Bay of Plenty all over again. How many?
Yeah.
Is that the only Bunnings NPC live stream you've been round for?
No.
No?
For 1 or 2, haven't I?
I was going to say, because the last time you were around, it was Golden Point.
Yeah.
And that was the first of the 3 Golden Point games. Yeah. Now you're back again. You've had your KFC.
Let's see what they do. Let's see if they just throw the bus at them, eh? Hey, Kieran?
Throw the kitchen sink at them as well.
Hey?
Kieran's going to be all chicken greasy and all sorts, isn't he?
He's going to be right well slippery.
Well seasoned. Oh, Kieran. He's got the, I reckon, 47-metre drop goal by Luke Romano, although he's going to be off the field with the yellow card. But other than that, Whitelock. Imagine Whitelock nails a drop kick. How crazy of a scene that would be as well. Yeah, let's get the a fan of Hezbollah. I haven't really seen too many of the videos. George. Nice. And also we have got a lot of stressing as well, says Steve Smith. It's a stressful moment once again, boys. They are showing Luke Romano out there, but
Eno. I'm sorry, that's insult. I insult him. It's okay. Sorry about that.
Dane Coles, he is disappointed. No.
See what he played.
Yeah.
He retired.
He hasn't retired. He's going over to USA. He doesn't want to watch at the moment. But
is he going to USA?
I believe he is. He's joining back up with Whitelock, Smith, and himself, and then also Josh Lord now. Whitelock drop goal as well, says Watson. Also, how was the KFC? What you get?
You gonna watch that
as well? Not sure.
That is intense. I like Tyson Fury.
Oh yeah,
Fury.
So what did you get from your KFC? You got the burger meal, didn't you?
Yeah, I got the ultimate burger meal. 8 pack of wicked wings and a chocolate milk,
mousse,
and a regular Coke. Well, listen, they stuffed it up.
Did they?
They always do. They don't get it right because I said a Coke, regular, large, small, large. I got a small.
Oh,
okay.
I was going to say,
you come here.
If you said to them, I like a Coke medium, large, small.
All 3, please. All 3 of them.
Should get drunk. Oh, should dunk it over the post. Sorry, says Sebastian there. And also we have got there in the chat as well. Everyone is nervous for this playoff.
He looks way too happy for a guy that just stuffed it up for his team. He's like, this is great. This is great.
The big moment here. The kickoff about to take place.
Stop smiling, you prick.
Whoever gets the kickoff here, they will have just that little bit, I would say, an advantage to kick the ball off because you're going to trap them inside of their half. And it's going to be Ruben Love here with the kickoff. Duplessis Karefi, the captain of the Hurricanes. I almost said, but it's going to be Wellington. I did say it really, but he is going to be kicking this one.
All 12 of the people in the stadium.
He actually nailed a kick earlier on in terms of kicking it downfield with the punt. So maybe he goes for the drop kick
right from
this one as well. Go for it, mate. Just see how it goes. My favourite player in the Black Ferns is Ruby Tui as well. The best player, Waka as well. Says RT and also hello. Says Jojo. Welcome into the live stream. And at this stage now, it's going to be kicked off by Wellington. Golden point for the 3rd time, the 2nd time almost in a row for Canterbury. I believe it was only a couple of weeks ago. Finley Allen. That's not his name. It is actually Liam Allen getting the carry there. If Wellington can get themselves a penalty here, they may be able to get themselves the win. And the points at this stage are crucial. Also, if Wellington if they don't go for the drop kick, if they get themselves a try, they will actually receive a bonus point for this game, an extra one.
Damn.
That kick down build from Canterbury now, and it's going to be in the hands of Ruben Love, trying the step as well, almost going through, bouncing up to his feet. But he is going to be dragged down by Fletcher Null, now available for Wellington once again. On the halfway line, they are going to be trying to attack here. We have got a total of 10 minutes of extra time. Morgan now with the step. And he gets dragged down as well. Julian Savia joining that breakdown, trying to protect it here for the Wellington side. Passing it back, Sam Smith now running through the gap. Alex Fido, he's really turned it around since getting the yellow card in the earlier stages of the match. Now it's going to be PJ Sheck, the big man, driving his way forward as well. I will read the chat in a very short moment. That's what I do appreciate you. Oh, that's a good argument as well. I guess
want to get into it.
We'll also now
get into that one.
Going short side. Once again, 40 metres out here for Wellington. If they get a penalty from here, they'll have an opportunity of being able to convert. Wes Horson stepping back on the inside, still available for Wellington. So after 10 minutes, the game will be over and it will be a draw. But both sides, I have a feeling they'll be able to score themselves a try before the end of it as well, because of the fact that Peter Umangajetsi, he scored in the first minute of the game, and now Duplessis Karefi with the step as well, stays on his feet. Julian Savia, the bus didn't give it to him. Instead, he's going himself. Peter Umangajetsi scores the try, and he wins the game for Wellington, and they get the extra bonus point as well. Peter Umangajetsi wins the game for Wellington. Scored the first try of the match in the first minute. Scored in the first minute of golden time as well.
Go to Japan.
Let's go there. Let's go as well. Says Jojo, and also we have got there a little bit earlier on. I never understand people who order a ton of junk food just to wash it down with a Diet Coke. It defeats the purpose of it. Says Steve Smith as well. What a backline there. Peter Umangajetsi. I actually thought Aidan Morgan blew this a little bit when he didn't pass it on the outside to Julian Savia. But instead, everyone was slipping around, and then Peter Umangajetsi right there to get that one down. Wellington win as well. They do indeed. Peter Umangajetsi win the match, says Sebastian. And also we have got the Aidan Morgan beaten a gun since his King College days as well. And also GD, both teams, and also the Canterbury coach will be fuming as well on the team in the capital. Wins it as well. And damn, says Jojo. At this stage, because of the fact, I need to mention, they don't have a conversion because of the fact that it is just the first team to score points. So that is full time. 35 for Wellington and 30 for Canterbury. So Canterbury received 2 points for this one because of the fact that they received their bonus point for having 4 tries, and they also received the bonus point for being within 7. So looking at the table now as it is sitting does mean that Canterbury, they move up to 15 points. So they are actually going to be sitting ahead of the team in third at the moment, which in this competition is Hawke's Bay. I couldn't quite see it. And then also it is going to be Wellington. They get the full 5 points, so they move right up into third now. So they are going to be doing very nicely indeed. But we'll have to wait and see how it sits after the end of this one as well.
Parodies for Daniel Carter's Chemist Warehouse. I've been shot. Chemist Warehouse has got something for that. Go away, Daniel. You prick.
Oh, good one. Be sure to come back as well as Sebastian. Also, this was an interesting game. It was indeed. It was a pretty awesome one. Between the two sides, I'm going to go drink my Coke now, says Jojo, and also we have got their Diet Coke.
I already drank my Coke because it was only a small.
It was. Steve Smith has done the donation he has, but there. Cheers for bringing the entertainment once again, Hamish, and cheers for dropping by, George.
No problem.
Steve Smith.
We'll split that, won't we, Hamish?
We'll get some KFC, mate, the stuff that you
Too late. I've already brought out the whole building.
Did you? You bought KFC. Maybe they only had the small sleeve for tractor as well.
Look at him flying down that paddock with his mower.
Well, let's got the great one, Wellington as well. Let's go back plenty. Says Smithy Toilet. She says Derek and also the dollar side. Hell yeah, brother. Says Smithy Toilet. Also greetings from Wellington fan in Dubai as well. Says Tom. So they have done very nicely. They were able to get the win 35 points to 30 in the extra time. Third time in a row we've gone to golden point in this competition for the Bunnings NPC. And also we have got there, we have also got there, Steve Smith is single-handedly funding this channel. Yes,
Steve.
Can we make a video of the Kiwi lads game? He says, Brad, we will have to talk about it a little bit later on. I like the Crusaders and the All Blacks, and also nice win Wellington, says David there as well. But what a win to be able to get. Peter Umangajetsi scored in the first minute, like I mentioned, of the match, scored in the first minute of golden point as well. But Wellington, they were aggressive, and I'm wondering whether or not they won that coin toss. Because if they did and they decided that they wanted to kick off, that would have been a game-changing moment for them. Corn. It is corn.
Silage.
It's silage indeed. How happy he is with his cows. We have got there. Are you going to do
Look at him. Like, get that out of your mouth, Tim.
Oh, yeah, what's got there? Are you going to do a pro anytime soon? I believe, actually, I'm keen to do one on Sunday, possibly. Sunday night. Do one, be a pro, and then do a Far Cry 6 live stream straight after. See how it goes there.
We need to sort out these little weirdos in Far Cry 6.
These little weirdos in Far Cry 6.
the people.
I've just worked out what you mean. It sounded like you were saying the chat, but you mean like the AI, like the what are they called? I can't even think of the name, but pretty much the enemies in Far Cry 6. I was like, geez, that's a bit of an interesting one. We have got there. Looking forward to this prize, but also congrats, Wellington, you sneaky cheeky lads.
You sneaky cheeky little.
And also, I will live stream, fellas. I'm praying that my channel will be blessed by Smith's presence as well. Says Smithy to that. And also, we have got the I love to check it out as well. Says Imagine and Go Canterbury. Says Dan and CA, which says gloves as well. And also, we have got there. Put a link in the mail. I was surprised, says Luke, and also I got a link. Says it was David, and I can do it. What about you? As well, says Brandon. We will visit you a little bit afterwards as well. Go Canterbury. Says 10 as well. But what a game. So pretty much there were quite a few tries scored in this matchup. But better at the one of Peter Umang and Jensen, because he was able to score himself one in the later stages of this game. In the 82nd minute of GP, you know, just because it looks good. You know, Peter Umang and Jensen scoring two, not the only man to score two in this match. Duplicate Karefi also getting the one, Alex Fidel, then the other man to score those two. It was Manasa Mataele in the 22nd minute and the 50th as well. So two actually markings on the field.
Really? Yeah. Really? Do they have markings on the field?
On the 22 line, they have that line. And then
that's how you know it's the 22, don't you? You go, well, that's 22 because it says it's the 22.
Exactly right.
But it doesn't say the halfway line, does it?
I think does it have a 50 at the side?
Oh, it might do, actually. It doesn't say halfway, though.
I was going to say, no, that's fine. That's the first time in like 10 games I've gotten the prediction wrong as well. Thanks, Wellington, for spoiling as well. And tell you what, it didn't seem, at times in that second half, though, it seemed like Wellington were on the back foot well and truly. The mistakes were running for them, but the impetus, Peter Umang and Jensen played very well in that one. And also Alex Fidel. He got a yellow card earlier on in the match, kind of came out there and just kept on going as well. How's the comp with the teams not being able to play as well? How's the comp with the teams not being able to play? I feel like these games that we are seeing, they're still very good ones. It is just a shame we haven't got North Harbour, Auckland, County Manukau, or now maybe even Waikato or Northland.
Don't live there.
I'm not wrong, but we always got there in the chat. I'm not going to live stream. I will someday as well. Says looking forward to more streams as well. Says the love. So nonetheless, we'll show you guys exactly what we have got in store for us over the next kind of 24 hours or so. The first one of which is going to be that Landfairly Shield Challenge between Hawke's Bay and Tasman. This is talking about the Bunnings NPC, that is. Then Otago playing Taranaki. Maybe I will have a live stream tomorrow morning with the Sharks playing the Ospreys. It would be at around 7:30 New Zealand time in the morning if you guys are keen. But then that one as well, it depends on what time I finish all the editing for tonight. Oh, will you get up nice and early for that one, mate?
What one?
The one tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. Keen.
Oh, no, because I'm going to be out shifting cattle, mate, at 7:30 a.m.
It's like that man on the screen.
Yeah, no, he's not shifting them. He's inserting things into their mouths. Look at him. Don't put that there. And she's like, what's with this one's teeth? Yeah.
They could be cow dentists. Do they have that? Surely they
have.
Yeah,
that's a vet. Cow, imagine that. You're looking down the cattle yards and you're like, is there a cow dentist? Yeah, he's on his way down. He's coming. What, a vet? No, a cow dentist. That's what a vet is. No.
Because they have special people who like horseshoe, like do the shining of the horseshoe.
I always forget what they're called. Farriers. Yeah.
Yeah. We always got there. We barely get to see him. Don't cover him as well. Says Katie Dixon. Also, we have got there in the chat as well. Fair play to Wellington, though. Says Steve, oh, yeah, I've left the thingy up at the moment. Sorry, mate. Like, I left the...
hey, guys.
And also, we have got there. Shield came nice as well, says Victor. And that will be a very good one as well. It's going to be an awesome match. And also, we have got there at the stadium. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. But we got those two matches. And also, it will be the URC. And also... And you sure you are as well. Says Steve Tasman and a target to win. Says it's shame. We'll have to wait and see how it goes, though. We've also got the URC and the Gallagher Premiership coming up. But thank you all very much for tuning in, and we will see you all tomorrow for the next one. Are you coming tomorrow?
No. Okay. Yeah, I might. Yeah, I might tune up a few times and just hang around.
Hang around outside the window. But yeah, we will see you all later. We're hungry for KFC. David has said as well.
No problem. Got wicked wings in the car, my G.
Do you?
Yeah. One. and a half.
One. I haven't clicked in yet.